everyone, and welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Heist Resurfaced. I am your DM, Zugmitoy, the Lady of Rot and Decay, here to infect the living with spores. You will soon be transformed into my mindless servants, but for now, you may call me Chel. And why don't we play some D&D? Vic, you have some announcements for us today?
Yes, I am Baby Mushroom Servant Victoria. Here in the announcements. Big shout out to our spectacular sponsor, Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company that puts all kinds of cool tabletop gear. You can check out their Twitter at LittleDragonCo1 to stay updated on their awesome products. And we have a new coupon code, so if you've tuned in other weeks, it's different now. Our new coupon code is PROBONUS, PROBONUS, PROBONUS. You can use that at littledragoncorp.com and get 10% off of your order. So check it out. And as usual, big thanks to Twitch, OBS, Streamlabs, Many Sided Dice, Team MZ. Thanks to their support that we can do what we do. Additionally, don't forget to check out our other games. The schedule should be posted below the Twitch video feed. We have games every day. Sometimes we have multiple games a day. Sometimes they're published modules. Sometimes they're homebrews. Sometimes they're not even Dungeons and Dragons. There are other games. So you should definitely check that out. I believe this Friday, possibly Shadowrun.
As far as I'm aware, Shadowrun is running.
Possibly Shadowrun, and Saturdays at 9:30 Eastern Time just started Fabled Whispers, which is the new Saturday homebrew game. You only missed one episode, so it's super easy to catch up, and you should check out the characters and everything because they're really cute. And Storm King's Thunder is kind of transitioning over to their homebrew content now for like later gameplay, and like there's just all kinds of stuff happening. So you should really there's no reason to not check out all of our stuff.
Yeah, the Storm King's Thunder is still going. We have one more last episode of Storm King's Thunder, which is happening on the 21st, which will be episode 101, which will be the recap episode, kind of behind the DM screen a little bit. So it's going to be a Q&A episode. So
cool. And Kristy!
Yeah!
Mysticwater?
I don't know. Maybe I have to pack for Japan. I'm leaving Friday, so yeah, I'm leaving. You guys are gonna be probably without a producer for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. So yeah, if Mystic Hour happens, it's gonna be like a last minute thing. I haven't got anything planned just because I do have to pack, and I've left that to the last minute as usual. So yeah,
you should do that.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's all I got.
Okay. Who would like to recap potentially for some inspiration?
I could
Ink,
probably
you got that?
Ink, do you want to?
Oh,
I'll try.
Do it. I'll give you backup if you need it.
Give me right where we came in. Did we come in right with my lesson?
We started with your lesson, with you learning from Tempe to get your nut.
Right. We had so Temperance, the assistant to the apprentice to the black staff, a very lovely woman who has agreed to tutor Sir in the ways of magic. You should watch last episode, especially just because Chel did so much research on how on magic theory.
It was
and,
so good.
The draconic
language and learning the structure of the language. It was so well done.
Sir was able to successfully create a familiar, a little white duck that he immediately named Hickory, who was also a demon duck because I'm guessing because we figured out he's a little fiend, but he's in a duck. So it's a normal day in Waterdeep, and you are a horrible, horrible duck. Reconvened with the party, introduced them to Hickory, and then we were kind of trying to decide what to do. Nova was still a little bit shaken up by her tarot reading, so we kind of decided, hey, look, let's not wait to be betrayed. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Let's go have some fun.
Well,
Tallice reminded
to resurface that, Tallice really wanted a picnic. While you were getting your lesson, Nova and Tallice were spending some time together, and she's like, I really want a picnic. Let's go to the City of the Dead. And I was like, we can't. We should talk to Ace about that.
So it was kind of, so it was kind of like, what are we going to do? And Tallice was like, I want a picnic.
I want a picnic.
and we can't have a picnic in the City of the Dead because the City of the Dead has problems. So we were like, well, fine, I guess we'll just put on our adventuring boots and we'll go solve that one. So we went to the Temple of Wonders, and we spoke with a priest there who basically explained, like, hey, yeah, like, weird winds, it's all just locked down. If you're gonna fix it, because no one else has actually fixed it, just give me the key back, because I'm giving you the key to City of the Dead. We gotta do that. We have to go bring him the key back, because we went right to... Anyway, we'll get to that. We went to the City of the Dead. We started investigating around using the new familiars for scouting, so I got some vertigo.
Oh, there was also a pissing contest on whose familiar was better?
Yeah, and it's very obviously the one that's the little man, so I skipped past that. We didn't need to rewind back to that one.
I remember it so vividly because the two of you were going back and forth, and Nova's just sitting there with her deck, like.
Because Sir was like, well, can you do this? And Tallice was like, yeah, and he can do that and 3 other things. And Sir was like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, I'm new to this, maybe we can do some stuff. Anyway.
Oh, buddy.
We eventually found the source of the winds, which was an air elemental. Now, normally we would fight it, but because Nova is amazing and perfect in every way and doesn't need to fight things, used her telepathy to communicate with it and found that it was very confused, just wanted to go home, just sort of awoke here. And through kind of dealing with the air elemental plus a little bit of detect magic, was able to find a stone, a gem, that was implanted in the statue that was in sort of the center of the City of the Dead, which seemed to be binding the creature there. Not really knowing exactly what we should do to deal with it, then we brought it to Temperance and was like, and she basically explained, it's tethering it here, someone would have had to place it there. I can banish the creature to be able to send it home. I just have to concentrate on the spell long enough. But then we inquired a little bit further if there was any magic that she could use to figure out who placed it there, because the idea of someone clearing out the City of the Dead was a little bit uncomfortable, because for what reason would you want to do that? Nothing good. They didn't have a picnic. So Temperance agreed to attempt a scrying ritual using the gem to locate who was doing this, so that the party might then choose whether or not to pursue this individual. And that's where we dramatically left off.
As the scry takes place. Oof.
Okay. So, Temperance has told you that she's willing to attempt to scry on this person using the stone. Getting my dice. So she sits at her desk, on which a crystal ball is sitting. It's kind of on like a 3-pronged stand. And she begins making motions with her hands. Underneath her breath, she is speaking an incantation. And her eyes go completely white. Not that they're normally like a cream color, but her eyes, it's more like cataracts than just like her normal like eye color. But as quickly as they go completely white, and clouded, they go back to their original color. And she blinks for a second. The ball had started to glow kind of a white, soft light that immediately goes out. And so it's not that the scry failed. It worked. But there is something in place preventing me from going further. Which likely means that whoever used this stone has some magic in place that is protecting them from divination magic.
That doesn't sound like very common. Is that like a thing that anyone can do? Or like do you have to be like really rich and powerful to block that?
It's not that you have to be rich and powerful. There are measures that can be taken to prevent scrying magic. It's not something that just someone off the street can get, but it's not entirely difficult to get either.
I mean, that's already starting to paint not so good of a picture of this person for them to be the one that placed it there in the first place for whatever reason, and then they also don't want to be found out. Sounds kind of serious.
Can we still help, like, the air elemental? Because they're like...
Yes. I would likely pass this on to our magisters, who are very skilled in magical investigation, personally. But in the meantime, we can destroy this, or at least the hold that it has on the air elemental, and I can banish the air elemental. And that sounds like a very rough, bad word, but basically it just means sending someone or something back to the plane they came from.
Okay.
And that personally is my number one priority, is at least getting the air elemental to where it needs to go. And then I will pass the stone itself on, unless you had any ideas. Magical investigation is not my forte.
I mean, Nova, is there anything that you can do with the stone that's different from scrying? She's very powerful. They both are, honestly.
No, I don't think I have anything right now that could help. Anything I try to do is all like mind soul related, and I don't think this item has a mind connected to it.
What are you saying, Tallice?
I was just gonna say I could try to ask my friend, but like you never really know like when she's gonna answer. She might, but it could also be like a secret riddle or just like not at all.
Okay.
It's kind of like a toss up.
Well, at the very least, I'm gonna do a reading. You can maybe ask your friend if, especially if she's like wind inclined, maybe she saw something.
And I will sit here and practice my alphabet.
Can I go outside for that?
Yeah, you can go outside.
Alright, I'll be right back. Come on, Bramble.
He's like running a little bit on the ground beside you.
Why don't you just fly? You literally have wings.
Oh yeah, and he like flaps his wings.
He's literally the best.
We're gonna go outside and I don't know. Do you think she'd like tell me if I asked? Or maybe she could like point me in a direction.
She might. She's really, really busy. Like really busy, like all the time. She might. But she also kind of does that like, ooh, I'm mysterious and don't talk to anybody sort of thing sometimes.
Do you think I could like somehow like be like, hey, if you need something like specific done around here, I can do that in exchange for like maybe a little bit of help because you're so cool and smart and you know everything about everyone and all the secrets of the world and all the tricks.
And he's like doing this. It does not hurt to try.
I don't really know how to. Should I just like ask? Should I just like? Is there a bush? Are there bushes around or like a tree?
Yeah, there's like a little garden area in the.
Just go whisper into a tree hole. Just hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the tree.
Okay.
I want to climb up the tree.
I was joking.
Okay. There are a few students in the grounds that are like.
And I want to get up as high as I can in the tree, and I'm going to take a handful of leaves from the tree, and I'm going to whisper, and be like, hi, best friend. There's this air elemental, and he's stuck here, and we're trying to figure out who brought him, but they're blocking us from scrying, so if you know who brought him here and who put the gem there, and you can help me figure that out, then I'll do anything you want special to say thank you. And then I want to hold the leaves out and see if like the wind blows them anywhere or if they fall in like a pattern or something.
Okay. Bramble's like waiting. So you hold the leaves up. I mean, there has already been a breeze, so the breeze does kind of blow a few of the leaves around, and they kind of fall from the tree to the ground.
To an arrow and words that say, over there.
It's that guy. His name is Bodie McBoatface.
You kind of go to the ground. Roll a general intelligence check for me.
Okay.
With no additional bonuses, just your intelligence modifier.
Okay. Oh, okay. Not bad. That's a 15.
Okay. Oh.
That was rude. Jeez.
A bramble kind of flies down from the tree and stands next to the pile of leaves that have fallen and is like arms on his hips, like looking at them and kind of walking around. It's difficult to ascertain if it fell in a specific pattern. It could look like some like flower petals.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it could look like it's because it's kind of got these like rounded. It's like kind of got like a rounded shape that kind of comes a little bit to a point at the top.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few things that could be, and you can interpret that how you will.
That could also be like a water drop or a seed.
Mm-hmm.
I need to think about this. We should probably go back inside. People are looking at me. And I like normally wouldn't care, but like I feel like that's gonna embarrass her. So come on, Bramble. I'll stare at the leaves for like a little bit longer. And I'll brush the ones that are out of my hair. And then I'll go back to the tower.
He flies up to your shoulder and sits down, kind of kicking his little feeties like near your collarbone. Pulls like a piece of leaf out of your hair and kind of crumples it up in his hand and blows it into the wind. But he goes into the...
Am I back with my buddies?
Yeah.
Tell me if these things mean anything to you. Any three of you. Flower petals, water drops, a seed. Like a shape, like that.
I mean, there was the mention of seed in the coded message that we sent for the horse. The seeds representing people.
That's what I got. That's my best guess is a shape, kind of like all of those things, like pointed at the top but then rounded at the bottom, and that's the guidance that I had. It was pointing like kind of that way, and you come out of the tower. I don't really know which way the door was that way, so that means that was that way. It was that way if it was pointing.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Well, this is what I got for my cards. I don't know, really. But, the card you pulled, Ace, while we were trying to think of this individual, was, the upright Five of Swords.
Is this a good one with swords?
Not really. Not this one.
Okay. Maybe shouldn't just all like the swords just like be bad because swords are bad. I don't.
Not necessarily. I mean, reverse doesn't. If it's reversed, it could be something good.
Okay.
But in this sense, it represents conflict, disagreements, competition, defeat, or winning at all costs.
Okay.
And then I also pulled a different card earlier when I was thinking about it, and pulled the reverse Nine of Pentacles, which is something that also focuses on like dependence of like material wealth, and I don't know. It wasn't as like concrete as the Five of Swords. It's more like about hustling and like it's a strange washy card compared to the Five of Swords, which is a little bit more concrete.
Okay.
But with since we pulled both these cards, it kind of seems like they go hand in hand for some reason. But like I don't know if this applies to the person we're scrying on or someone that's involved.
Well, until I can master the full potential of magic to the extent of which no one has seen before, I can't really do anything. So
yeah, well, that's all I got.
I'm just petting Hickory in my lap. That's all I got.
I feel like we're all kind of at a loss here.
Well, we can go fix the problem we know how to fix, and let the magisters do their job.
Okay. Okay, as long as we can get him home, that's mostly my concern. What the magisters do after that is up to them, I guess.
Yeah, the magisters are very skilled in their investigative skills when it comes to magical investigation. There are quite a few that can look at a situation and automatically kind of know exactly what's going on. It's kind of eerie when it comes down to it. I would be absolutely fascinated to learn their methods. But in the meantime, we can attempt to dispel this. She kind of touches the stone. And then it's possible that dispelling it will break the hold on this elemental. And then we can send it back to its home plane.
Yes, please.
If you pass it along to the magisters and they like find something out and you find out that they found something out, can you just like tell us so we know that you know that they found something out?
She smiles. I will pass the information on.
Can we know what you know that you don't know yet, but you will know?
Cute.
If their people tell your people, then your people can tell you, and then you tell our people, which is us.
Yes.
We don't have. I mean, we have people, but don't make.
Don't
them
tell.
We
them.
have
We have people, but don't tell
a
them.
duck and a little fairy now, or pick the sprite. We got people. We have representatives.
Now I'm just imagining Bramble in a little suit being like, I represent the party.
I think Hickory needs a suit too.
Hickory needs the little horns.
Yeah.
Do any of you know how to dispel magic, or is it something you'd like me to do?
Let me check. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, these two are incredibly powerful, so I'm sure that they can.
I don't think I can. I don't think clerics can.
Like,
I could hex it or make it invisible.
I can detect magic. Hang on, let me just double check if it's a spell I can.
it's a third level. I think clerics get it when they have third level spells, or it's one of them.
Oh well, then I don't have third level spells, so then no.
I know, but he's just talking you up.
Oh okay. No, that was Kristy like not remembering if clerics get access to the spell.
I can make it magically sparkly.
She smiles. If you'd like to, sure.
No. I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
Just fairy fire it.
All of us just glittering.
I can do the dispel. We can see if it works.
Okay.
So all I got is I can make a duck appear on it.
Are we gonna go to the City of the Dead to do that, or are we doing that here?
We could go to the City of Dead to do that. It'd probably be good to do it because once he's free from whatever is binding him to this stone, he could be very confused. He might not understand what's going on, so it might be good that we're there.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
She taps her shoulder and Ruse flies to perch on it. And she gets up from her desk.
The
Are you guys
universal
walking the hallway?
Try.
Copper for each of you, please.
I'll pay for temperance.
Okay. Okay. So you hop on a dray, pay your copper, and head from the Blackstaff Tower all the way east to the City of the Dead. The southern entrance, I believe, is where you were before. Hopping out, you have the key. You can unlock the gate again. Things are quiet, just like they were before.
Is anyone watching us?
From the outside the gates, there are a few people that notice that you're going in, but there's nobody inside.
I'm gonna go to the fountain and see if I can find Mr. Air Guy.
Okay. Walking to that fountain that has all of those people fighting with all those monstrous creatures, which is kind of towards the middle of the City of the Dead. The wind begins to pick up as you move.
We're back!
Did you yell that or did you say that in here?
I'm probably doing both, alternating like out in the mind, but I don't know where he is. Like, I can't really.
Yeah.
I could just go towards the wind and just be like, I'm back! I'm back!
Ruse, who is Tempe's raven familiar, is very audibly protesting the wind.
I'm sorry, buddy. Gotta hang on.
He's like kind of taking his wings and like turtled up a bit and is kind of like got his head down and he's kind of squawking.
Poor buddy.
The wind picks up more to the point where it's that like you can't really tell where it's coming from, wind coming from every direction sort of feeling. But in front of you materializes from the air elemental that you saw before.
We're back. Thank you for waiting.
It doesn't say anything.
Okay, so we have someone here that might be able to dispel the hold it has on you on the stone. And then when that's done, we're going to use a spell to send you back home. But it's not going to hurt.
He says in your head, okay.
Okay. Oh, buddy! His face!
Okay.
Okay.
I just literally imagine saying that like, okay.
I'm going to put him in his crate, so I'm going to do this, but I'm still here.
No.
So Tempe, go to jail. Tempe.
Go to jail.
Yeah, that's his crate. Come here.
Go to gay baby jail.
Moves forward. When she does, the wind picks up again, like because the closer you get to this air elemental, the more the wind picks up. So when she steps forward, Ruse opens his wings, and he doesn't even like flap the wind like catches under his wings and he kind of flies and carries him into the air a bit.
Just got yeeted off her shoulder. Oh,
yeah.
So
yeah. But she sets the stone down. And she's like holding her hands up like, I'm not going to hurt you, not doing anything.
Yeah, I'm like mentally telling him like she's the stronger one. She's going to be able to use her magic to break this hold on you. Like kind of just like reaffirming that she's the safe one, that she's the one that's helping him.
Okay. So she will attempt to dispel the stone, which involves a spellcasting ability check on her part.
Can I guidance?
No problem.
Oh, okay.
Sure. No, if you want a guidance, that's fine.
I give her guidance.
So that's a 15 plus a lot. So, because she rolled a 4 with her guidance D4 too. So
sweet.
Nice.
And the 15 alone would have done it.
Okay.
So the stone, there's like arcane runes that are kind of carved into this stone that all begin to glow as she's like holding both of her hands over it, kind of like you would be holding your hands like over a fire. And there is a bright flash of light. The light from the runes immediately goes out. And the air elemental visibly like is like, whoa. Like immediately he's like, and I'm actually going to roll a wisdom save for him.
Did he get hurt?
No, he did not. He
Physically.
passed the wisdom save.
Now he's not mentally hurt either.
So he passed the wisdom save. So it's very clear that he kind of looks up and was like beginning to like get ready to use that same ability that he used before that threw you.
Yeah.
But there's recognition.
It's okay.
And he stops.
There you go.
I think it worked, Tempe says.
I think it worked too.
It looked like it worked.
It's kind of neat to see the way the leaves like swirl in his body. Like they're just really going through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like leaves that are like moving through him. Yeah.
I kind of like it. He's like it's like a little dress.
Hey, before we send you back, do you have a name?
He says yes, but it's not anything that you'd be able to understand in your language. It doesn't translate. But he does say his name. It sounds like a very breathy, just like sound.
Okay.
Hank.
Yeah. Shut up.
It is a very strange name. It's Hank.
Stop! His name's not Hank.
Is it though? Because that's what it's
God damn it! Stop!
So that's his name.
I love him so much. I want to adopt him.
But Tempe it kind of like gestures a little bit. It's like I can send him back or try to send him back now.
I would tell him my name's Nova to like just for the repertoire, and then I would tell him, okay, so the next part is she's gonna cast a spell on you, but you just have to be willing to go back home. You're willing, right?
Yes.
I tell Tempe he's willing.
Okay.
He wants to do this.
Okay. So again, she begins to make motions with her hands in the air, mutter an incantation under her breath. And there's a moment where the air elemental kind of swells up a bit. Like you can see his form, and his form kind of begins to grow a bit. And she holds both of her hands out to him. And as he grows, he just kind of immediately like disappears into like a poof of air. He is gone, but Tempe is still standing there with her eyes shut, holding her hands up.
Oh, good. We did it.
Temperance did it.
Who is still standing there with her hands up.
Good.
She did it. She's doing it.
She said she's got to hold it for a while. So.
Yeah.
Ruse flies down from the sky now that there's not wind keeping him from existing. And he lands on one of Sir's horns.
Aww.
Hickory goes on the other one.
But Hickory struggles to be there because he doesn't have
on it. That's right, he doesn't
little
have claws.
claw feet.
He's trying to balance. He's like,
Bramble's gonna go in between his horns and grab his hair like they're reins on a horse.
He sits down, throws both his legs out, grabs 2 fistfuls of Sir's hair, kind of pushes him forward a bit.
God damn it! It's Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Oh god!
If Sir doesn't walk forward, he just
take a step forward.
He's so cute.
Professional equestrian. Multi-talented little sprite I've got there.
Equestrian?
Yeah!
Do I look like a horse?
Infernal equestrian. More like a goat or something with the whole... Well, you look like a very lovely man.
Oof.
Nice save.
Oof.
That's why I'm the cute one.
Tempe kind of lets out a and drops her hands.
Oh shit.
You alright?
Blinks.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. It's one of those spells that kind of takes a little bit out of you. I think he's gone though.
You did it.
Yay. Tempe, can we get you a present or something? Do you
want part of the money for this job since you actually
Yeah.
I don't need money, and I didn't do the job. You contracted out.
You contracted out.
Well, if you ever stop by the Three of Cups, then we probably already would have given you free food and drinks, but now you can just really have free food and drinks
for a long time.
She smiles. She picks up the stone too. Kind of turns it over in her hand. It's pretty big. It's she turns it over in her hand, feeling the runes and stuff that's carved into it.
Thank
a
you.
lot of times when you're welcome. A lot of times when we have magic users that are criminals, if they have committed magic crimes within the city within a certain amount of time, in the recent past, we generally sort of keep a record of any calling cards. So a lot of people, I've explained to you, Sir, that magic is very personal to them. Mm-hmm. And that kind of translates a lot into the runes that they use and the way that they use their spell geometry. So what I'm hoping is that this person has done something before that we've had to document. So if that's so, we might be able to use these runes to kind of
it's like checking the handwriting or leaving a magical fingerprint.
Exactly.
That's not a bad idea.
That's going to be my suggestion to the Magisters anyway. And that's if they've done something in the city that we've been able to document before.
What if it's like the Manchun guy?
No one's ever seen him before, Tallice. Since that's such a good idea, would you mind if I actually got a copy of the runes? Because I've still got that handy dandy chalk that you gave me. I could do just a little rubbing into my book just in case we
Sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It is a good idea. Good job, Ace.
She'll hand you the stone.
I'll essentially I'll take one of my parchment and kind of lay it over and use my chalk to kind of do a rubbing so that where it's impressed, it doesn't take as well, so that I kind of have a copy of the runes on the parchment.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Give it back to her.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm sure that Father Tyre would like to know that you figured out what was going on.
Yes, and we have a key to return anyway, so.
Yeah.
Definitely return the key to the city of the dead.
Yeah. Thanks for your help with everything.
You're welcome.
Let me get my key.
Here. I'll give her 1 copper. Your dray ride back is on us. It's the least we can do.
I can't do super powerful magic. I am still an apprentice after all, but if there's anything that you need, feel free to use that handy stone and tell me.
See, I
Still
told
got
you.
3 people on my head.
You told him what?
He didn't want to bother you.
Why?
That's what I said. You're his teacher,
that's
so
not-
like, if you have questions, you're allowed to ask.
That's not what I said. I said that we should try to figure out as much as we could on our own.
Initially, though, you told me you didn't want to bother her.
That was the initial thought, but I also wanted to see if we could do it ourselves to be good.
She walks up to Sir. Gestures.
Hold on, wait.
Gestures. And in your ear, she says, "It's never bothering me."
No.
Pats you on the cheek.
I'm nodding. I'm nodding. I nodded.
You needed to hear
Yes.
that.
Okay. Thank you again. Would you like us to take you back to the tower, or?
No, I'm okay.
All right.
I got my little man here, and she holds her arm out so that Ruse can jump down.
He likes my horn.
It's like his perch at home.
All right. Nova, you have the key.
I do.
Okay.
Let's go.
Break.
Tally ho!
Okay.
Come by tonight if you're free. Back to the Temple of Wonder to hand in the quest.
Okay. Heading back to the Temple of Wonder, hopping on a dray with a copper from each of you.
Yeah.
Moving
They're
through.
gonna add up.
Moving through the city, up the main road, and then pushing further northwest into the sea ward. You can easily make your way back to the Temple of Wonder. If you remember, there was basically it was like 2 buildings kind of squished together, and one side had a lot of like noise and construction noises, metal clanking, that sort of thing, and the other side was like more of like the temple side.
I guess we go in the temple side this time. Boring.
Boring. You immediately go in. You can see like the altar. There's the dome above you. More rooms kind of off to the left side. There are kind of not quite pews, but they're the like stone benches that are set up. Father Tyre is sitting on one of the benches with his eyes closed, kind of looking down.
Is this like when you guys saw the old man in the cave and you said that he was just sitting there, just waiting until he like...
You notice your voice echoes.
Shit!
And he kind of sits up, turns, smiles. Welcome back.
Hi, we're back.
How are you doing?
The City of the Dead should be safe now.
Really?
Yeah.
What exactly was the problem?
There was an air elemental, and he appeared to be trapped, so we freed him and sent him home.
Quite a deed indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, a deed has been done.
He smiles. Well, did you perhaps bring proof?
Magisters are going to be investigating it.
I'll check in with them then.
Yeah.
Do you, okay, if you were to think about someone who would want to keep people out of the City of the Dead by bringing an air elemental and binding them to this plane, and you also, while thinking of that kind of person, thought of a flower petal, a water drop, or a seed, could you make a connection between those overlaps?
She's gotta ask.
He thinks.
You don't know if you don't ask.
Or just anything in that shape that's round on the bottom but then points at the top.
Well, if someone wanted to go into the City of the Dead, the reason that we keep most of the cadavers in the mausoleums, they're enchanted mausoleums, they're very large on the inside so that they are not exposed to the elements and also not exposed to people who could want to use them for nefarious purposes. So the only reasons I could personally think is someone who wanted to either rob these graves or potentially necromantic magic, but we haven't had any issues with necromancy in a very long time. That general shape, I mean, round on the bottom, it's kind of a stretch, but perhaps a diamond of some kind.
You know what? See, this is why you need to combine. There you go. That's another lead.
That shape it's a kind of a stretch, like a teardrop shape. Some diamonds are shaped that way, but you need a diamond in order to do necromancy of that particular caliber. So, I mean, it's an idea at least.
Guys, a diamond is a stone. Out of character, a diamond is a stone. Okay.
Stone of.
I'm just putting it out. I'm just putting that out there. Right. Well, whoever was doing it was really powerful because they were also blocking a scry spell. So whatever they wanted was pretty crazy.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure the Magisters will investigate and take care of it.
Oh, yeah.
As for your pay...
Oh, yes.
Is the most important thing?
No, I was just going to say the most important thing is that...
Well, we can have our picnic!
The City of the Dead is clear.
I can make sure that the City Watch takes a sweep of the entire park before it's opened again to the public. Okay, that's a very good worry. Thank you. What did we say? This is mostly Chel and not Father Taya. 150 each. Okay. So he will give you all 150 gold each.
Nova,
you'll take the key back.
Nova, you should have my portion because you did most of the work this go around. Yeah. Yes, really, actually. You spoke. I didn't do anything.
You looked real good with the wind blowing around in your hair.
Take an extra 50. I'll take 100. Well, I can't argue with that, but if you'll take it, okay. I had 100.
Okay.
All right. That's everything that we needed to do.
Father Tyre, did you need anything else from some really cool and clever adventurers like us?
No, I don't think so. But you own the new tavern in the area, yes, in the Northward.
We do.
If I need anything, I know where to find you.
Excellent. I was actually interested. What are you all doing over next door?
Oh, because the god that we worship is generally very mechanically savvy, or at least people who worship this god are. We are generally actually employed to create things for the city, so lots of infrastructure. But I also open up the workshop for anybody who wants to tinker personally. But there are things like the cranes in the docks. We built them. We built things like frames for buildings, etc.
As a former worker on the docks, those cranes are very, very useful. So thank you for that in the past. Do you have woodworking tools in there?
I'm sure somebody does.
And you said that it is partially open for tinkering?
As long as the facilities aren't currently being used for anything involving commissioned work, then absolutely anybody can come in and tinker should they wish.
Good to know. Gonna get a lathe.
Bye, Father Tyre, I guess. Are we leaving?
Yep.
Okay. The rest of the day is yours.
What time is it?
It's at this point probably early to mid-afternoon.
Do you two need to do anything?
I think there was something you wanted to take me to go see Crep.
Yes, that is
because
true.
Kristy just watched the session, so I know what the heck we wanted to do.
That's true. I do want to take you to see if you can get fitted for some protection.
Protection. Yeah.
That is hopefully not too inhibiting towards you.
Yeah. Okay.
What district this is out of character, or like what ward is Krebs? Is he in the
He's in the trade ward.
Trade.
Okay.
So we'd be going pretty much well, if we're
leaving city oh no, we're not at the temple of
we're in the sea ward, so we're going
so we have to go
across. Yeah,
we have to go across, which means another trip.
Sure, we just got paid, it's fine.
Yeah. Dre to Krebs?
Yeah, Dre to Krebs.
Okay.
Can I Dre with them but hop off at the yawning portal?
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I'll catch up with y'all later, but you guys go first.
Okay.
I have to pee.
Hang on. Where is it? Sorry, guys. I forgot there was supposed to be music playing. I'm all over the place today. I was muted for like half that conversation with Tempe on stream. I'm all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're fine. Don't worry.
It wasn't important. It's fine. We just got paid.
In the meantime, look at my new dice.
Oh, that's so pretty.
It's so nice. Hello?
I have 2 D20s too.
Two of them.
Alright. We're good to go.
Alright, so you take your Dre down to Krebs, which is in the middle of that really big, it's almost like a shopping district there's so many different businesses there. There's like general shop, there's Hammerim Stables is over there, there's Krebs Place, there's quite a bit of, there's like a clothier's over here, but you are brought to Krebs by your Dre. He is actually currently outside dumping a bucket of water into the dirt, like that's kind of like the dirt yard that he has right there. Stops to see you. He's looks like he's been working all day. He's kind of sweaty. He doesn't have a shirt on. He's just wearing like pants and a belt.
My man.
Oi!
Oi!
Long time no see.
Long time no see.
And you brought a friend. Hello, miss.
Hello.
Nova, did I introduce you before? Once before? Think you came in with me?
Maybe. Kristy doesn't remember.
It's Nova. It's Nova.
Hi, I'm Nova. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Nova.
Look like you've been quite busy.
I've been working quite a bit today, yes. What can I do for you? Come inside. Come inside. I won't be rude. Come on. He heads inside.
Does he got like any, is he like, are these things that have already been picked up, or does he got like any fancy things that he's got either cooling or in the process?
He has a couple pretty ornate swords that are cooling.
Ooh.
Like extremely ornate swords. Probably took him days and days and days and days and days to make. But mostly it's just, he's just got kind of basic armor, weapons, etc. A lot of it's silvered though, because that's kind of what he specializes in.
He is a silversmith. I was hoping, we were hoping that we could get Nova fitted to possibly get some armor made for her. She's taken one too many nicks, and I'm getting a little bit protective.
He picks up one of the swords that he's currently working on and dips it in some water. It's another very ornate sword that he sets down. There's now 4 that are sitting there cooling. What type of armor were we thinking?
Well, I'm not really a shield person, and I'm going to take out my scythe and unlock it to show its full form.
Oh,
that is a beautiful piece of weaponry. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
He takes it.
Krebs been making me all of my little fancy things, so I knew that was going to get his...
He, like, unlocks it and unlocks it and unlocks it. Don't say that. Unlocks it and unlocks it a couple of times. He takes it and makes it the shorter length. Spins it a couple of times. It's very clear he knows how to use a weapon. That is a very beautiful weapon.
Oh, thanks.
Hands it back to you. So something that we can move in then, it looks like.
Preferably.
Well, let's come over here then and I'll take your measurements, see what we can get you fitted for.
T-balls.
So he goes over, comes back, he's got a tape measure around his neck, comes and starts taking some measurements for Nova. So if we are looking for a maximum movement, I could put you in simply just a chain shirt that you can wear underneath your clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not the greatest as far as protection goes. It'll be more than what you've got on now, but it's not going to be quite as much. I can get you in some scale mail. Scale mail can be pretty noisy though, so that might be something that you might want to keep in mind. You kind of jingle a bit when you look. And he kind of goes to the wall and picks up a scale mail and kind of shakes it and shows you. I can get you in one of those. Points to a breastplate We'll call it just the breastplate. We'll get you fitted. It'll come around your chest here. It'll be fitted and fit very snug. You can buckle it on the sides. It's just metal. You hit it, it'll dent, but it won't dent you, which is kind of what we want. Or I could get you in an entire half-plate suit of armor.
Oh God!
But that's a little excessive, in my opinion. If you want to move, it's also very loud. It's gonna have gauntlets, it's gloves, it's like basically waist up armor, and then you'll have kind of leather greaves and everything from below.
That is not my style. Nope. I need my fishnets.
What about the breastplate, Nova?
Breastplate
That's
could be
what I
fun.
would recommend.
I have one that might fit you a little bit here. Let's put it on you and we'll see. And he goes over and picks one up and stands on like a stool or like a crate, throws it over your head. It's kind of heavy when it kind of hits you. When he comes back over your back, it's like a moment as it like, and he's like tightening all the straps and stuff, getting it fit. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it's enough to kind of give you an idea.
I like knock on it, like, yep. That would pretty much protect mostly where you keep on getting stabbed. So all the vital bits in there.
Out of character, what does that do again?
Breastplate?
Yeah, like what's the armor class for that?
It is 14 plus your dex modifier, so 14 plus your dex modifier to a max of 2. So it would give you basically a 16.
Yeah, 16 without a shield.
Yeah, let's do that.
These generally run a bit higher in price than I'm gonna put out there right now, especially if it's using some materials I have. I can cover it if you like. For a breastplate, that's more for aesthetic purposes than anything that's actually going to provide you any assistance in attacking creatures that might be something that they're a bit sensitive to. What's your budget?
Nova, I'm throwing my gold into this too. This is...
Well, I have about 500 gold.
If it was just any person walking in off the street, I would be charging them 400 gold for a breastplate.
Okay.
I've worked with your friend here quite a bit, though. I could let it go for 325.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
He's the best.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Now, I can make you an entirely new one that's fit entirely to your needs, which would be that 325. Or if you want me to take this one and pound it out a bit so it fits you a bit better, I can do this one for 300. Because this is already made and ready to go, and I would just need kind of elements of it, get it hot, and move it a bit, but I would need to create an entirely new one if you didn't want this. This is a very plain one. It doesn't have anything on it.
Very important question for you, Crib.
Yes.
Can you make it purple?
I could attempt to. I might have some... if I'm going to make it purple, I would need to make a new one, I think. And not pound this one out a bit. So it'd be that 325.
Yeah, purple's worth it.
I know.
Yeah, I will pull out 325 gold.
Okay. I'm working on a couple more swords here. But I could probably get it done by the end of the 10 days, so... it's currently the 27th today, so I could get it done by the 30th. I can bring it to you if it's done sooner.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that works.
It works.
I have a couple more...
Discount, he works. He's great. I love him so
much. I have a couple more that I need to pound out about these swords here. I got 2 more to make, but...
Oh yeah, I'm not in a rush. It's okay.
I was looking at those swords, Crib. They're very impressive. Some sort of high roller commission or something?
Yes, actually. One of the noble families has commissioned a few silvered swords.
Specifically silvered?
It's sort of his specialty.
Oh.
I am a silversmith, yes.
Ooh, that's cool.
I branch out a bit in work if I get any commissions, but I typically work mostly with silver.
So is the breastplate silver?
It can be. If you'd prefer it not to be, it doesn't have to be, but...
Mm. I don't know the difference.
Iron is generally going to be the most sturdy material. If I get silver, it will just be silvering it, so it'll be plated in silver. But when it comes to armor, you're gonna be getting dinged up, and that silver plating that's gonna get knocked out, it's gonna get chipped eventually. So, for aesthetics purposes, just so that silver doesn't get chipped to that iron underneath, I think that iron itself would probably take that purple a bit better than the silver will. Silver is a very soft metal.
Yeah.
So personally, I think with armor, I would do the iron. When I silver swords, I harden it a bit because swords get a bit dinged up generally, but
yeah.
Okay.
Purple
but yeah, one
iron,
of the
please.
Okay. One of the noble families commissioned a few silvered swords, so they commissioned a very intricate design, so I've been working on it for the past 10 days and a half or so.
Damn.
You mind if I look not touch? Mind if I look a little bit closer?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the family? Do we know them?
Castellanters.
Oh.
They might have been in that book
Kristy's
of
like,
nobles
fuck
that
me.
I looked at a long time. Oh.
Nobody doesn't know. It's fine. Okay, that's a cool name. Do we know about them? Are they like a higher one here? They're higher up around.
Roll a history check. Mm-hmm.
Can I try to?
Yeah, go ahead.
History.
I don't suck at history.
15, 17. 14
12.
plus 3.
Honestly, both would do it. They're a very, very well-known family in Waterdeep. They're actually one of the richest families in Waterdeep, just period. They made their fortune in banking and money lending.
What's a bunch of bankers want with fancy swords? Not that I'm complaining. I'm happy that you're getting good work.
Oh, the nobles of Waterdeep all the time. It's just because they made their money in banking. All are bankers. A lot of them can branch out a bit, and sometimes it's not even actually using the sword thing, and maybe there's some ceremony that they're planning on doing for someone or something. Maybe someone's getting married and they're decorative swords. Maybe they're just being put on someone's wall. That generally happens a lot with noble families too.
It's a waste of a good sword, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's really pretty.
I do have... I'm like looking on myself. I don't have a lot of things to pass off onto you, but I do have this scimitar that I've gotten from work that I don't need, that I'm willing to pass off to you, if you want.
Let me see it. Let me see what I can give it to you for. And he takes it from you. Kind of gives it a look over.
You know, any price you name, I'll just say yes. Since you're doing this armor for so cheap for Nova.
Well, actually, you can even just have it. I actually might have another request if you're not too busy. I can bring it back later.
Depends on what it is.
I hold up my scythe. Would you mind silvering it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, easy enough. I could have that done by the end of the day, even.
Oh, cool. I hand it over. How much?
He takes it. Generally, it's going to be, I believe, 100 silver.
100 per weapon, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So 10 gold to be silvered.
Okay.
Or 100 silver if you'd prefer.
Oh, right.
100. If you want, I can take it out to the price of the scimitar. I'm not, because gotta be honest, Ace, I'm not going to give you very much for this.
That's okay, I can pay for it.
It's...
Here's 10 gold.
Okay.
Stop paying for shit, Ace.
I can do 15.
15 for
15 for the scimitar.
that? Sure.
It's very used. I'm probably going to melt it down.
It's what I expect for most of the stuff that I bring you. If I find any, if I find any really, really nice pieces, you're always going to be the first I go to anyway.
But yeah, stop by at some point later in the evening. I usually close up shop around sundown.
Okay.
So stop by around then and I'll have this ready to go for you.
Sounds good. Thank
you. Is that all that you need to know, huh?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, I'm excited to see the scythe.
Me too.
Alright.
We gotta give it a try since he's an expert with silverwork. So.
Oh, isn't there one of my old projects that I haven't paid for yet?
I believe so. Which one?
Oh, my gauntlets. Right?
I think so. It was the third one on your list, whatever it was.
Yeah, I had the face thing, the grappling hook, the cloak, and the gauntlets. So I have the other 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can.
Yeah. He tells you that you can probably pick that up today too. At the end of the day.
Oh, I don't think I paid for it. Did I?
You
pay
did
for
not.
It?
I don't
Okay.
remember. Honestly,
I'm gonna say I didn't, and I will give him more money.
Okay.
But I don't know how much he needs. Because I think I said I would. I may have put like a down payment, maybe, but I definitely don't think I paid in full.
I think you did a down payment. I think what it was. Okay. So I think, yeah. You paid him 75 as a down payment for it. Is what I have.
Okay.
Written in my notes. I just searched for it.
Perfect.
Which means he just needs another 50 gold.
He's got it. It's in his hand right now. Oh, I added 100. No, so now I'll take out 100 because I gave myself another 50. There we go. We're set. Okay.
So he says now with that final payment, he can get it finished with the breastplate by the 30th.
Perfect. I'll come with her to pick it up.
Okay. Okay. Anything else, you guys?
Nope.
I'm good.
All right. So, Tallice at the Yawning Portal.
Before I go in, I duck into an alley and I cast Mask of Many Faces.
Okay.
Torres. And I take Bramble and I say, right, so, I need to tell this guy that I, kind of told Temperance about, his organization. Because, I feel bad. And you know what? Sir and Nova, they don't like him, but he's done nothing but help them. It's honestly ridiculous. So I'm going to tell him that. But, you need to be sneaky. Which you can do because you're small. But, if you have any insight into this guy, you just, let me know up here, but try not to be seen, okay? Because I'm probably...
Gives you a little salute.
All right. I go into the Yawning Portal as Lady Torres.
And he flies into the air and settles himself in one of the lamps.
Do I see Davil and or Yagra?
You do not see Davil, but you do see Yagra.
Okay, I will go and sit with Yagra.
She's sitting at a table with her feet on one of the chairs, using her dagger to pick her nails.
Nice. Hi, Yagra.
Hello.
I haven't seen you in some time.
I think it's only been a couple of days, actually.
Every day without you, seeing your face is honestly torture. Can I sit?
Sure.
I sit. So, where's your boss?
He should be coming down in a bit. I think he went upstairs to do something.
Cool. Well, gonna wait here.
Is everything okay?
Everything's great, Yagra. The sun's shining.
Yeah, it is indeed. But you're also speaking in a very high-pitched tone, and you've got a very strained smile on your face. And those are kind of telltale signs of something's wrong.
Or maybe something's really, really right. Why do you have to assume the worst about me, Yagra? Like, come on.
I'm not assuming the worst about anyone. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong. I think that's me showing an interest. See, look at me. I'm interested, she says with a very blank face on her. Look on her face.
You know, I know that you contain multitudes, Yagra. You're trying to play it off cool, but I know that you are much deeper than that. Like, I suppose my concern is that I might have been, I don't want to say spied on, but like, you know, sometimes you're talking to people that you trust, but you don't realize that other people are around, but they're not physically around, but they're still like hearing you. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get anyone in trouble. Because I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing the mature thing and owning up to it. But Sir and Nova don't want me here.
Well, in my opinion, Sir and Nova don't you.
Wait, did she just say they don't control me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Yagra, you're so right, and I've been trying to say that.
Nova never told you not to.
Nova, I was about to say, Nova is usually like, she provides some like guidance, but like ultimately lets me do my own thing. But Sir lately has really been getting on my case, and says he's trying to protect me all the time. And I'm like, I'm the one who gets stabbed the least of the three of us. I'm fine.
Yeah, you don't need to be protected.
Not there.
Yeah, like, I can protect myself. You know what? Like, I can do all kinds of really cool stuff. Just because I can't climb a cliff and push a boulder off of it doesn't mean I can't protect myself.
I mean, you could learn to push a boulder off a cliff if you wanted to.
Yeah,
because you have the power.
Well, yeah, but like, I already have a lot of really cute dresses and clothes, and if I got strong enough to push a boulder off a cliff, I wouldn't be able to fit into them anymore because my biceps would be huge.
It's just an excuse to buy more dresses, more clothes.
Yagra, I didn't know you were such a fashion-minded person.
She shrugs.
I'll buy Yagra a drink or food, whatever she wants, and I'll wait for Devil.
Okay. You order a ale.
Okay.
For Yagra, because that's what she's drinking. And she takes a drink, she kind of leans forward a bit. Don't let men control you. 5 copper.
Yeah, Yagra, like, I'm figuring that out. You know, there's just like there's all these dudes that want me to do all these things for them because I'm so great, and it's like, what are you gonna give me back, sir? Not sir, but like sir in the general term, not sir in like the name.
She's nodding. She's nodding and drinking from her big tankard.
Like, they just, that you know.
Davil starts to walk down the stairs. And she's like, see, look, I'm a woman, and I was hired to protect him because he can't do shit. She smiles.
You're right. I don't think he would be able to push a boulder off a cliff.
Shakes her head. He can do magic-y things, but he can't push a boulder off a cliff.
Wait, really? I didn't know that he... Thanks for letting me know that. That's good to know.
It's pretty common knowledge. I'm not too worried about revealing that to you.
I didn't know that at all. Wow. I need to pay more attention.
Davil sits down next to you. Hello.
Hi, Davil. How are you?
I'm doing very fabulously. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Just wanted to check in on some of my friends and see how everyone was doing. Give me 1 second. The back fell off of my pen and the cat is stealing it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Well, and also also just like wanted to have a conversation with you personally about some things.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe like trade a secret for a secret?
Is this a speak in public at this table where my illustrious bodyguard is drinking an ale that I assume you purchased? And he's kind of glaring at her a little bit. She kind of shrugs and takes a drink of it. Or is this more of a private conversation?
Probably the latter. It's not so much Yagra that I don't trust, it's everyone else.
Fair enough. And he gestures to the stairs.
Sorry to make you go back up again. I go upstairs.
It's a good calf workout. He walks up the stairs behind you. Yagra does actually follow, though. Chugs the rest of the ale and follows up. But she does not enter the room. She stands outside the door.
Right. So, like, basically, I mean, you already know that, like, a lot of people think I'm really cool, and the Black Staff wants to be friends with us now, and we were like,
does she?
Yeah. Well, we're already, like, basically best friends, and she's doing a bunch of stuff for us.
He comes into the room, and he throws himself onto his bed and rolls onto his back, and pulls his knee up and rests his other leg on top of his knee and is kind of kicking his ankle.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
best
probably
friends
pacing.
with the Black Staff.
Basically.
That's quite an accolade.
Right, but see, like, when we were there and we were waiting to tell her that we did all these amazing things to help her, there was, like, this bird in the room, and I didn't know at the time that people could hear and see through their birds, and might have mentioned your name in passing, because the thing that we did for her involved the physical destruction of some members of the Zentarum but I don't think they're like yours. And
he's shaking his head no.
Yeah, so like I might have dropped your name, but like and then her apprentice was like, "Who's that?" And we were like, he's our friend." And then she was like, "Oh, well, okay." So I just wanted to tell you that, like, there might be a chance that the Black Staff, like, is aware of you, and, like, it was mentioned in vaguely the same conversation as the Zentarum. And I'm sorry.
Tallice. He knows you by Tallice, right? That might just be me saying your name.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. Lady Torres. He doesn't know you by that name. I know you. And he kind of scoots over on the bed a bit, taps the mattress.
Okay, sit. Oh, hello?
Devil's dead.
Miss Keisha. Miss Keisha.
Hello.
Hello.
What is the last thing you heard me say?
He scoots over on the bed.
I go to, I sit.
And he pats the pillow next to him. He's made enough room for you to lay down next to him.
I fall back dramatically.
It's adorable that you think that mentioning my name in front of the Blackstaff's apprentice is a bad thing. And I'm so unbelievably appreciative that you thought to come here and make sure to inform me. But Vajra and I, in fact, are very good friends.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
I'm sure she doesn't understand the context in which I interact with her, or the fact that I am potentially... She doesn't know that I'm a member of a Zentrum. Let's just say that. And my friendship with her has nothing to do with whether or not I am a member of the Zentrum or a leader of the Zentrum or whatever you would like to call me. But Vasha and I know each other. We are acquainted.
Oh, well, I was gonna come here and tell you some stuff that I found out, and I was going to try to make it up to you, but now I'm like not even all that concerned.
You could still tell me if you'd like. Friends tell each other secrets, don't they? And we are friends, aren't we?
I mean, I think we are, but other people think I shouldn't be.
Why are you letting other people control who you're friends with and who you're not friends with?
Because that's how you stay popular, is like you make people happy.
You stay popular by being a good person and making sure that people are aware that you're willing to do things for them if they need it, like friends do.
I guess.
Friends are willing to help friends, yes?
Yeah. Do you know who Erstalfloxen is?
Potentially. Where did you hear the name?
A Zentarum that we beat the shit out of.
In what context did you hear the name? Did they just... And was their dying breath just to say, Erstalfloxen, or did they tell you something important?
Oh, no, so we were climbing the mountain to go talk to, like, some monk, but the Zentarum built this, like, fake god post, and we're like, you can't see the monk, and then we were like, nah, we're gonna go see him because Vajra wants us to, and then they tried to fight us, so we killed some of them, but then we captured one of them, and then we were like, tell us everything, and then he was like, yeah, we had this manticore and this other flying beast, and Erstalflox had put them up there, and we killed the manticore. That was like whatever, but he put them up there to try to like
Impressive.
spy on the old man. There's like this old guy that just sits in the cave, I guess. I don't know.
Interesting. Yes, there's a monk that lives on the mountain. He's been there for quite some time. He's your very stereotypical monk, the whole like I am meditating and no one can speak to me and I know all the secrets of the universe kind of person.
Yeah, Nova and Sir heavily frowned upon me entering the cave to speak to him, so I just sat outside with the guy that we captured.
She frowned upon you entering the cave to speak to him?
Yeah, they thought I would bother him.
No, what the fuck is your name?
Taurus.
I did the parent thing where I was like, Tallice, Nova, sir. Taurus, that breaks my heart that they didn't believe in the ability that you have so much that they made you sit outside.
I mean, it was fun. That's kind of like, I found some stuff out because I was sitting out there with the Zentarum guy. His name was like Dracon or something.
Of course you found stuff out. You're brilliant. Thanks.
You know, and so like, yeah, it was just some guy named Erstalfloxen, and I know what he looks like. And they put him up there to watch the old guy. And I didn't know if that was like one of your close good friends or if that was like one of the other people.
I know him. I can't tell you for sure, honestly. That is one that we've been... So one of the things that is involved in this sort of... And here's me giving you a bit of information now that you've given me some information, all right? Because I trust you.
Okay.
A bit of things that are involved with this whole separation that I've spoken to you about before. We are trying to find those people that are potentially with me or with them. And he is one that we are investigating and are not yet sure of.
Well, like, his people, like, tried to kill us in a variety of ways and were, like, kind of uncool, and, like, apparently they recruit orphans, which isn't very nice.
And that is valuable information in the investigation we are conducting about this man, Tallice, God damn it, Taurus! That's totally Chel, not Davo. And I very much appreciate you bringing it to my attention.
My name's not Lady Torres.
Thank you.
I was gonna do this anyway.
It helps, Chel.
Yeah.
Is it not?
It's Tallice.
Alright. Why are you going by a different name?
because I don't look or sound like that. I look like this, and I drop my mask of many faces.
He sits up.
There's a secret for you. That's what I was going to tell you, because we're friends, and I'm trying to get
We are
better
friends.
accepting myself for who I am. And like, I went around the whole city today like this, and no one said anything. And I was scared for nothing. But I usually pretend to be someone else, because, yeah.
Well, you're beautiful, first of all. Whether you are in your disguise or not.
Thanks.
You will potentially run into some animosity in the city. Just warning you there now. There are opinions that people hold that aren't necessarily valid.
Yeah, that was like the whole murder case thing made it like a little scary. Because that was kind of the context that like Sir Nova found out that I was a drow. So...
Well, it's not something that changes anything for me if that is what you were worried about.
Cool. Do you think if I walk out of here as somebody else, Yager's going to be like really confused?
Probably momentarily. She deals with quite a bit from me, though. I think she would recover very nicely.
Right. Well, that's pretty much everything I could think of. Also, be careful on whatever holiday is coming up next.
Why do you say that?
Just because.
Is that a secret that I'm not privy to yet?
It's a secret that's not really mine. Well, it's not really a secret, it's just an omen.
I see. Answer me a question about a secret you've already told me.
Mm-hmm.
You said the name of the man who told you about Resurfaced. Was it Draken?
Yeah.
And he's in custody? Do you know who took him into custody?
Listen, if you're gonna go and like kill this guy, he's
no.
a really good kid.
If there's a man in custody, I can assure you that there's no way in God's name I'm going to be able to kill him. Not that I even wanted to. I just would like to ask him a couple of questions. Because like I said, we're investigating this Resurfaced person, and if he knows information about this Resurfaced person, I could find it out.
Well, Temperance, like, the Blackstaff's familiar. The Blackstaff's
that would be a plot twist.
The Blackstaff's apprentice, I think, was the one who took him after we brought him back to the tower.
Temperance.
You can't listen. Don't bother her. She's a nice lady.
When did I ever say that I was going to bother Temperance?
You've got all these like.
What are your concerns, Tallice?
Well, all the other, like, the Centaurums are, like, out here killing people and stuff, and, like, it's not very nice, but then you went and were like, stop this murder! And that was, like, really nice, and now I'm just, like, there's, like, a lot of conflicting, it's just conflict.
My goal, our goal, my friends and I, for the Zentrum is to turn it into a mercenary company that helps merchants and helps people.
Well, yeah, his name was Draken, and and Temperance took him to, I guess, the City Watch Magisters? I don't know.
Okay. Good to know.
Glad you're not upset.
How could I ever possibly be upset with you?
Very charming. And with that, I must depart.
Just remember something. Remember something, Tallice.
Yeah.
Friends help friends.
That's why I'm here.
Just remember it for the future.
Well, Yeah, I mean, like, if you ever need help with stuff, you know where. Just come and get your little Elverquist wine and let me know. Just don't tell Sir and Nova, because they're, like, being really weird about stuff.
I'm very, very good at keeping a secret.
Cool. I'm gonna scare Yagra now.
Okay.
I want to open the door and I want to jump out of Yagra and say, "Boo!"
Yeah, she jumps. She's, oh god! Yes, you gotta jump out.
I love Yagra.
Don't scare me like that. Who the hell are you?
I'm Tallice, formerly known as Lady Torres, but this is what I actually look like, Yagra. And now you get to know too.
Nice to meet you.
I'm blue and you're green.
That's true.
It's like the ocean.
I like the transformation, not letting people control you.
You know what, Yagra? Like, you're spot on.
She smiles.
Gave you excuse to buy more dresses. So good.
Howdy bye.
She waves. And she goes into the room as you're leaving.
Did they close the door?
Yes.
Can I telepathically message Bramble?
Sure.
Are you in the room right now?
Yeah.
Listen, spy on them, tell me what they're saying.
Spy on them.
But be really sneaky.
Spy! Spy!
Are you gonna look through him, or are you asking him to relay them information?
I forgot it, wait! I'll just spy! I will run downstairs and, like, sit at a table and then and I'll just go like this and then I'll do the thing!
So there is, like, a stack of books on the table when you're in there, and he's, like, behind the books, like, peeking up. Yagra had entered the room and sat down at the table and threw her feet up or sat it on the table, threw her feet up onto the table, and Davil was sitting cross-legged, leaning against the wall in his bed. And to Yagra, he says, well, I got a little bit of information about our friend Urstel now, haven't I? And she says, yep, I heard. And he responds, perhaps we should go pay the man a visit. Do we know where he is or where he's been hiding? We haven't seen him in quite some time. And Yagra says, no. I was looking into where he was last, and I haven't seen him since everyone met before. He isn't where he was staying before. It's been, I think, 10 days now since we've seen him. That is troubling indeed now, isn't it? Well, perhaps we should go and find our wizard friend here and see if he can perhaps scry on the man. See if he can find out exactly where he is so that we can pay him a visit and see exactly why he's hiring people to stand outside of some old monk's little cave at the top of a mountain, because that is not something that I sanctioned, and I can bet anything that Tashlin didn't sanction that. I can bet anything that anyone that we're working with did not sanction that. So I think we should speak with everyone and see. Istrid, definitely not. I don't think Istrid's ever spoken with the man. So Yagra says, I can get a message out, have everybody meet you. Do you want them to just meet you here? No, I don't want everyone gathering here where everyone can see, but I do want to go and find Schemo, see if Schemo can scry. I have no idea where the big man is. He's always lurking and hiding. But that's the plan for now. Let's see if we can find Urstel. Have Schemo scry first, and then we'll meet with everyone. And she says, okay, easy enough. And she stands up and knocks the table a little bit as she moves her feet off of it, and Bramble kind of stumbles a bit, grabs onto the book.
Can I pop out and? Oh wait, is he still invisible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Grabs the book to steady himself, pulls himself up. And she turns to him and says,
Okay.
Please tell me that you're not playing with her and that you're actually being nice, because I don't think she really deserves anything. No, I'm not playing with her. You do not give me enough credit, Yagra. And she gives him like a kind of look.
Okay.
I'm not playing with her.
She is. Oh my god.
But I also think her and her friends could be useful. So I'm playing nice. Genuinely nice, but I'm playing nice, I promise. She kind of points at him.
I love her.
And then goes to move out into the hallway.
Beat your ass.
I pop out. Can I from here, can I send Bramble back to his little demi? Mm-hmm. Okay, I do that.
Okay.
And then I run out of the thing and I'm going home.
Okay.
I have so much respect for Yaga right now. Holy shit, bitch. I love her.
Okay, you can head back. Do you guys head back too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, easy enough. You guys can all reconvene. Another copper from each of you to get back.
I'm walking. I need to breathe.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. So then I think Nova and Sir would arrive first.
I feel much better that you're going to be getting something to protect yourself.
Me too.
Good. I know that you were a little bit back and forth about it. You were a little back and forth about...
Well, I'm back and forth about a lot of things.
A lot of things, that's what I was going to say.
But, I don't know. I'm kind of not used to having... Like, I haven't had a pull in a while. The closest thing I've gotten is the 10 of Swords. So maybe I'm just like a little, like, antsy because nothing's happened and I haven't gotten a pull one way or the other.
You're stressed out.
I don't know if I'm stressed. Maybe just anxious?
Okay, stressed, anxious, all in the same vein.
I guess.
Worried, concerned. The list goes on.
Yeah.
And he'll take your hands, so why don't we do something fun?
Are we gonna do the picnic?
We can do the picnic.
Oh, I don't think it's opened yet.
It's probably not open yet, so we can do... I meant you and I could do something fun.
Oh, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I've never actually asked you, besides work, what you like to do for fun.
You wouldn't find what I like to do fun.
I don't know what most of the things I like are, so try me.
Dream walking.
Okay.
And I don't think you'll have
My
fun.
dreams are the best ones. I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm stressed about too, but it's not like I have nightmares all the time.
No. Because I don't get to dream, so it's always cool to see what other people dream about.
I can try and think of something happy. I mean, I had a very happy thing happen to me. You know, I've got Hickory.
Oh yeah, he's so cute.
He's very cute. He will.
You pick him up, and he kind of he's like, because ducks are, they're clumsy little creatures, so
Yeah.
he's like trying to like stay steady and like reaching his little neck out towards Nova a bit.
I can try to think of something happy, and you can come along. If it
Well,
would be something that makes
there's
you
another
happy.
thing I like to do that I haven't done in a really long time. Well, I guess it
Okay.
wasn't that long, but it wasn't proper.
Okay.
I
What?
like horseback riding, but not like through trails and just boring. Like, I like to run with them.
Okay. Alright. I mean, we could arrange something where we maybe get a couple of horses and we can just go ride around in the field world sometime.
Yeah, that would be nice. I don't know if
There
they
you go.
allow that, though.
I mean, it's mostly farms. If we have to take them further out of the city, then we take them further out of the city. I don't
Okay.
know. I want to do something nice with you.
Oh, okay.
But we should probably wait until Tallice is back.
Mhm.
It is almost starting to get
Yeah.
time for work, so...
Did you tell us where you were going, Vic?
Well, she stopped
When you hopped off, did you tell us that's where you were heading?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she's probably hanging out with the people there.
Yeah,
Yagra and them.
yeah. Probably. It doesn't concern you as much as it concerns me, does it?
No.
Why not?
I feel like Tallice has done a lot to get here. Like, to Waterdeep. And she's just looking for people to, like, accept her as she is. She's come really far to get here, so if this is what she needs to do to feel happier, I'm not gonna stop her. I mean, if the guy wants to fuck with her, we'll kill him, but, like...
Nova?
But until he gives me full reason, I'm trusting Tallice to figure it out.
I'm being too hard on her.
No, I don't think you're being too hard per se. Maybe just a little pushy. You have valid reasons on why you're concerned, I get it.
But I'm pushy.
A little pushy. But you don't even notice you're doing it.
I don't. From my perspective, I'm just trying to make sure that she's safe. That's all I ever do.
I know that, but I think the two of you need to sit down and talk about it and tell her what you're telling me. And then maybe she can tell you her side of things, because I'm just basing off my insights, and I'm not her. I can read her thoughts now, but I haven't yet.
I was going to say, your insights are almost equivalent to being the person.
Yeah, but I haven't done
You're
that
pretty
yet.
Insightful. Okay.
She's still really wary
Wait
with
a
my
minute.
powers. What?
Wait, mate. Wait. Did I know that you can read minds now? Is that new?
It's kind of new. It's like kind of pushing the limits of my previous ability with telepathy.
Okay.
Do you want me to try?
Yes. Well, I was just going to say sure, but I'm gonna designate some times with you that's Sir time.
Oh.
Okay, that's
Okay.
That's no. Well, I meant that's no go again. But we can designate time where you can, and if you'd rather think about it that way.
Yeah, I know. You guys, well, I know Tallice is still adjusting. I'm sure it's an adjustment for you too.
Yeah, well, we're doing good work.
We are.
You're a very good adventurer.
Oh, thanks. I still don't think I am one.
Look what you did today. You do not give yourself enough credit. You're always saying that I'm not turning the mirror on you.
It's not that I don't think I can be. It's just, if I were to introduce myself, I wouldn't introduce myself as the adventurer. I'd introduce myself as tarot reader.
You can introduce yourself as both.
Feels weird.
You know, tarot reader when you do tarot readings, you're an adventurer when you're adventuring, and sometimes you do both. You're multifaceted, skilled,
Yeah.
wise, kind, persuasive, insightful.
And you're strong, and you're sweet, and you're loyal to a fault. But I love you for it.
You. It sounds like you're talking about a dog.
I just give him a hug.
Like one of those big ones. Okay, pick you up. All right.
Tallice, this can be about when you come in.
I slam the door open. Who's home? Hello?
Hello?
Hello. I mean, I think the workers are here too, because it's getting late.
Hello, lovely staff of the Three of Cups. And I close the door. You and you.
Me.
Hi.
Me.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. I have information.
Okay.
That's what we have these for.
Oh, you're right. You know, it's really funny that you bring that up because I also forgot that I could like literally just go hang out in Bramble's head, and I was like flipping out about that, and then I remembered that I could do that too. Okay, but like, are we all just sitting at a table staring at each other doing this?
Do you want to go up to someone's room?
Nope, I want to sit at a table staring at each other doing this.
Okay.
I'm just, yeah, okay.
Right, so I went and I told Davil about the thing that we did for Vajra and like the things that happened there and like the information that we found out and like Ursula Floxen, and I also like I told him who I actually am, but then after I left, Yagra went in and Bramble, I spied on them. Okay. And they apparently have been looking for Ursula Floxton and haven't been able to find him in like 10 days now. And they're gonna send. Okay, Schemo is like a wizard, and they're gonna have Schemo scry on Ursula to try to find him to talk about why he was setting up the thing to guard the monk guy, because that was like a weird thing to do. And they also are talking about getting together with someone named Tashlin and someone named Istrid and someone that they called the big guy, and they are gonna like meet up like probably like now to talk about Ursula. And apparently what he told me was that Ursula was someone that they didn't know if he was like one of Davil's people or like one of Manchone's people. But I found that out.
Tallice.
Yeah.
I look at no.
I'm looking at Ace. We just had a conversation. You can do it.
Going there alone to speak with him smart on your part because he trusts you very much and you were able to learn a lot. Good job.
Nova's like beaming right now.
It honestly worked out pretty well because I was like, I kind of like played it off as like, well, like my other friends don't want me to come and see you and like all of this stuff. And like Yakra like is very protective of me now because I was like spitting that whole thing to them about how like you guys have been all like, don't hang out with Devil, he's bad. And then I was like, they're telling me what to do. And Yakra was like, be your own woman. And then Devil's like, we're friends and friends help each other and like they care about each other. And so like honestly, I feel like I've like manipulated them pretty well. But also it's just kind of true, so like I don't know, but yeah, like thanks.
You're brilliant, Tallice.
Thanks. So are you. So are you, sir.
Thanks, I like being included. I'm not the most manipulative person.
So yeah, that's what's going on.
Maybe... It just seems weird that he... Do we know who his big guy is? Who's his boss?
I don't know. They were talking about getting everyone together because he mentioned once that he has a group of like close good friends and those are the people that he's like making his own little Zentarum with. And I don't know if like, I thought that Davil was in charge, but if he's talking about like a big guy, like, is there like double Manchun?
Is there two Manchuns?
Or what if there's like a Manchun? What if Manchun is like,
or what
just
if
a
it is Manchun?
Large man?
Well, I mean, maybe I'm a little bit simple, but I mean, you know, like none of us are necessarily the leader, but I could be referred to as the big guy of the group, you know. So it could just be that there's like an actual physical big guy,
like a large man,
like a
or he's
hefty
both.
Individual.
He's big and he's the boss. Oh boy.
Large and in charge.
Big boss.
A big boss. We did it. We broke Chel. Hell yeah.
Ethnicities.
Hell yeah.
So you're telling me that there could be a big boss and then there's Davil, which is like solid snake.
Yeah.
And then maybe they're all snake themed. So you have a solid snake and a liquid snake. And
then like big thick snake.
Suchinko, fat snake. What were we talking about?
I was just wondering if maybe the big guy is Manchun.
I don't know
because he said he wasn't sure if he was on Manchun's side or his, but he seems to at least like know him. Like he seems surprised by it.
I think all the people that are like associated with the Zentarum like kind of know about him, right? But they just don't. Doesn't no one actually know who he really is?
No. I'm gonna just put something on the table here. So you know how you did the whole little, well, my friends don't trust you, but I'm going against my friends' wishes to be closer to you.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of very similar to, well, I'm not with that Zentarum, you know, those are the bad Zentarum, and I'm the good one to make us more trustful of him.
Yeah.
Sort of
you're
both
right.
ways. We don't even actually know if he's setting up his own Zentarum.
Do we want to like go spy, or should we like just like work tonight? I don't even know where they're meeting. I don't know where they're meeting. They're gonna have that Skibo guy scry on Urstel. I walked here though, so that was like a little while ago.
I think we're not gonna be. I don't know if we can find out more.
Roll a history check, Victoria.
Okay.
Hold for dice roll.
No.
Guidance. You don't. I wouldn't even know.
She already rolled.
Yeah.
I mean, with the guidance, it's a 4.
Oh.
Because I rolled a 1 and I rolled a natural 2.
Oh, but
one of you has inspiration that you can spend if you want.
Use it. It's an important roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
Metal dice! Natural 1!
Oh, BB.
It just
What
wasn't
am I rolling
pink.
history for?
Don't
It
know.
just wasn't meant to be.
The name Schemo rings a bell, but you can't figure it out. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Oh, I know who Schemo is. He's
Okay.
isn't he the...
I don't know.
Character knowledge. Victoria knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They're just getting... They've got a wizard and they're scrying on Urstal because they haven't found him in a long time. Like 20 days.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I mean, I think instead of risking us looking suspicious and trying to find more information, we know something's going to go down on a holiday. So until then, we're just normal.
I'm okay with that. I mean, we're not gonna know where they're doing the thing anyway.
Is there... Here's a thought.
Okay.
Oh, well, I was going to say, what if we thought of some way to, test whether or not Davil was associated with some of the other Zentarum? Because, he was like, friends help friends, and they do nice things for each other. And he was kind of, probably asking for, more secrets in the future. So, is there a way that we could, feed him some kind of a secret and then go and, spy on him and figure out, I don't know.
I think you're in a... maybe you don't. I'm concerned for your safety because I care about you a lot. You two are all I have, in a way. But I will admit you're in the best position to sort of, what were those people called, hopper your way in there, be the little seed. You've built up a relationship with him, you're doing work for him. Friends help friends, so just have him be on the owing end instead of us.
Right now, it's not looking like that's the situation. Breaking out of jail, God.
The jail thing we can't do anything about, but you can offer yourself for more work, I suppose.
Yeah, I did. I was like, where I literally live and also work, and if you want to get some Eldritch wine and I'll do stuff for you, just come over.
Didn't you ask for a flying snake?
You know what? I think I did it. I never got one.
I think Dylan thinks that he brought it to you and you just immediately forgot about it.
You did get one.
You have one. You've had one this whole time.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
You could have Bramble ride on a flying
Have I been feeding it?
We can say, because I don't think your character would have forgotten about the snake. So we can say that you've been feeding it.
So Bramble has a mount. A flying mount.
I think, honestly, that you just keep being you. You're quirky and interesting and different, and he's interested in you, and you can be confusing when you want to be. Just be you. I don't think that I can tell you how to do it better than you can. He's like, his knee is bouncing under the table really, really hard, but since he's tall, it's probably hitting the table. It's very hard for him to say that.
Nova looks so proud right now.
It.
Nova looks so...
I did not write down that I got a flying snake. That's the one
He
thing.
most definitely, because you were all like, you actually got it, and he's like, yeah, I'm a man of my word, and then you were all like, cool, I got it, and then you immediately forgot.
Now I understand the whole thing with Sprinkle and Nugget. Wait, why are we bringing up the flying snake?
No, I was just saying that he gives you, keep asking for weird little things.
Yeah.
That aren't too hard for him to get so that he doesn't feel like he's owing you a lot, and then you do what you did now.
Oh, like give him some riddles. Give him a quest.
Yeah.
I have had riddles written down for this man for months.
Keep offering stuff and asking for really not stupid, silly things.
Inane
things.
Seemingly inane.
So that he starts to maybe think that you're not
a threat. Asking
for that you're not a threat, that you're not trying to get more out of him than you care about. That you just want, a special flower and, things that you honestly probably want anyway.
Just so it's a win-win. You get the things you want anyway.
And he doesn't think that you're trying to get anything super serious.
Got it. Good plan.
If we're done sitting at a table staring at each other in our ears, I'm gonna work.
All right.
So the door to the inn opens.
Hello? Is it 5:00 yet?
Manshoon walks in the door.
Manshoon himself with his metal.
Oh hell yeah!
So the door to the inn opens, and I think I'll throw who it is after the break.
Hell yeah!
Ooh, yeah.
BLB fam.
We'll be back in like 5 to 7 minutes, you guys.
Yeah. All right. BLB.
I mean, Manchun.
It's
Manchun is coming into the Three of Cups. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon Surface. We got a bit distracted talking about
candy.
Top the Tater.
Top the Tater.
Jelly.
Let me know
candy.
if you have Top the Tater in your state or country.
Minnesota viewers out there.
Midwestern viewers out there. Okay. Anything you guys like to say before we get started again?
Butt cheeks.
Thank you, Victoria, for your important message.
Stole the words right out of my mouth.
Took the butt off your mouth.
Okay. So you don't go. You hear your door open. It's not quite 5 yet. It's not quite opening time. I'd say it's probably about 3:30, maybe 4. The door to the inn opens, and you hear a voice on the outside go on, it's okay.
It's the kid.
Is this the little kid?
No. The kid does come in, but it's not your buddy. A little girl with blonde hair, holding a basket with her arms like this, comes into the tavern. She's wearing a very nice little frilly dress. Following behind her is a little boy who has brown hair. He's wearing very nice pants, and he's got sleeves that kind of poof to them. He's got brown hair. And she kind of comes in and she stops, like she doesn't know what to do. Following behind her is a woman who has very, like, to the middle of her back, dark curly hair that she's got kind of pulled back into a half ponytail, but it's like she's got kind of like a pompadour, and it's like curly and like it's broken up into multiple different segments. It's really curly and kind of falling over her shoulders. And she's got like a yellow dress on that kind of cuts down on her chest right here, but comes up to her shoulders. Cinches that kind of at the waist and has orange accents and kind of flows to the ground a bit. Following behind her is a man. She was human, and the two kids appear human. But the man following behind her has very stark, like, widow's peak to his hair. His hair is also pulled back into a bun at the base of his skull. You can tell his hair is curly as well. Like very stark sideburns that come down his face. His ears come to a very slight point. He's got a mustache and a goatee that kind of comes up here. That's very, very expertly manicured. Wearing very equally nice clothing. A silk shirt that's kind of got very stark shoulder pads that kind of cinches at his waist a bit, high-waisted pants that have gold buttons coming up the front, boots that come up to his knees. And we'll send you guys pictures to kind of give you an idea of the face of these people. It says, "Go on."
They sound bougie.
The woman comes in and says, "Go on, it's okay," to the younger little girl, who moves forward to the table that you guys are sitting at and tries really hard to lift the basket up and put it on the table.
I'll help her.
Okay. The father from behind her says, "Introduce yourself, please." And she says, "My name is Elzarina, and we wanted to welcome you guys to the neighborhood."
Aww.
Oh.
Hi,
Thank you.
Elzarina.
Hello.
She elbows her brother, who goes, "Ow! I'm Terenzio."
Hi, Terenzio.
Nice to meet you.
Both of you.
They're kind of fiddling with their hands, looking a
I'm
little
gonna
shy.
hold out my hand. My name's Nova. Nice to meet you.
They shake your hand.
I'm Sir.
Shakes
Weird.
your hand.
Oh, no.
I'm Tallice.
They hold, the little girl is kind of doing curtsies, shaking your hand because you're holding your hands out. The mom who came in behind them is smiling. The dad kind of moves forward. And it's Very nice to meet you. I wanted to come with my family and to introduce ourselves and make sure that you knew that we were here if you needed anything. These are my children, Elzarina and Terenzio. My name is Victoro. This is my wife, Amalia.
Nice to meet you.
He holds his hand out to give you a handshake as well. I really very much like what you've done with the place, he says.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
She's kind of walking around and looking around. The construction is impeccable. This place has been sitting for quite some time.
Yeah, we had to put a little bit of work into it.
It was in quite a dire strait when we found it. That is true.
Where?
How are you?
Where?
Go ahead.
Where do you guys live? You guys were in the neighborhood?
We spent quite a bit of time here in the North Ward just with business, but we actually live over in the Sea Ward.
Oh, okay.
Not too far a ride. 10-minute ride maybe with Dre or anything like that.
Do I know? Is it? Shit, because I'm not in my freaking disguise. Dang it! Is it rude, as someone who pretends to be a noble and has like fake papers and stuff? Is it rude to be like, "What house are you from?" Because if they're living in the Sea Ward, they're nobles.
No, absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely. You can ask what house they're from.
They didn't say, did they?
No, they did not. That's generally a pretty common question. From what house do you hail is usually how it's asked.
Okay. Yeah, I'll. So you're from the Sea Ward?
Whoa! Stop! Sorry, hang on. Hello? I'm sorry. Everything. My phone connected to Discord, and then all of the stream just went dark, and I'm like, oh no!
Oh no!
That's okay.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
Sorry, stream. Technical difficulties.
So Tallice asks from what house do you hail? And the man, Victoro, who just introduced himself, comes forward and says, I quite apologize. I did not mean to not introduce myself properly. I am Victoro Castellenter, Lord of House Castellenter.
That's what I thought.
What are you doing? Get away. Right, well, we haven't quite opened for business yet, but if you'd like to take a seat, if you'd like some drinks, we've got some great drinks. If you'd like some food, food's pretty good too. If the kids want to hang out in the yard, there's all kinds of crazy stuff in there.
Yes, of course. Make yourself comfortable. Your family is very well known. I'm actually quite thankful that you would even think to welcome us in such a way. It's very kind.
Please don't even think about our name. We're merely neighbors in this wonderful city of Waterdeep now, aren't we?
I suppose that's true. Still, kindness in kind. Please, if you'd like to stay and get comfortable, we are here to make people feel comfortable.
We definitely wanted to come and check out what you'd done with the place, so I'd be more than happy to sit. I would love something to eat. Terenzio, Elzarina, they said that you can go play in the yard if you'd like. And they both kind of nod and bound out the door.
How old are they?
Elzarina is about 9 years old. She'll be 9 soon. And Terenzio, also 9. They're twins.
Oh, they're so cute.
Adorable kids.
Their birthday is coming soon.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, we're planning on throwing a very large party for them.
Oh, I'm sure they'll love that.
10
Have all
is a
their
big
friends.
number.
Yeah.
All their friends will invite.
Are they turning 9 or are they turning 10?
They're almost 9, she said.
Oh, okay, so they're turning 9.
Sorry. 9 is a big number. Doesn't sound as good.
9 is a big number.
The stuttered the big number.
It's a number.
He will instead say, it's good to give. It's nice to give them those memories.
We're planning on making it quite a big affair. Their friends will be there, but we're inviting a lot of our friends as well. You're more than welcome to come.
We always love a good party.
It will be quite a large dinner party.
Sounds lovely. How did you hear about the place? Just word of mouth? Anyone specific pass it along?
Word of mouth. It's been passing actually quite a bit through the Seaworld. People have been talking about your food, particular, and the different amenities that you offer, which I'm sure with the new business is something that you very much are happy to hear.
Oh, lovely.
Everything is thanks to our wonderful staff. If you'd like, I could have the chef come out to introduce themselves to you.
Oh no, I'm sure that they're working very hard. That's totally fine. They don't have to come out themselves. Brain fart on Chel's part. But I did also want to offer, just in case you needed anything. We have quite a few connections in the city, so if there's anything that you need, we're only a letter or a messenger away.
Oh, that's very nice. Thanks.
That's always good to know. Thank you.
Kristy's trying so hard.
Would you like perhaps a glass of wine or some spirits? We've got a couple bottles of Requisite if you're into that stuff.
Oh, I don't drink, unfortunately. My husband does. He nods. But it is far too early, I think, for a drink, darling. She says to him.
I get you guys a couple of the lunch special today?
Sure, that sounds lovely.
Okay, I'll go to the back and get them to start on it.
It's always good to get a little bit of extra tasting just to see if there's anything that we can add before we serve, so.
I was just attacked by a bag of chips.
That's your food! That's the lunch special!
Whack!
Take it!
I'm sure that anything your chef will provide is going to be delicious enough. I've heard quite a bit about the caliber of food here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nova's just gonna ask them for the special of the day.
Okay.
To bring out.
What is in the basket, Ricky?
There's loaves of very, very high quality French bread, different hard cheeses, some fruits, dried and fresh. Fruits that you don't actually see quite a lot here because they're harder to come by and they're more expensive. Things like bananas and pineapple and more tropical fruits that are generally seen coming from further south.
Sir doesn't even know what a banana is.
There's chocolate, which is also something that's very difficult to come by and is more expensive.
They got us that edible arrangement.
Nova narrows in on the chocolate.
Would this be a sampling of some of the things that you would have connections to for acquisition?
Actually, yes. If you'd like me to put you in contact with our merchants, I definitely can.
Yes, please. That would really help with the expansion of the menu.
I will be entirely honest, there are some things here that I don't actually quite know what they are.
Quite a bit of tropical fruits here, actually. Mostly from Tavern, further south. The bananas and this is banana, and she points to it. These are pineapples. You don't eat the outsides here. Let me show you. And she peels it.
Love the color.
And she hands it to you. They're very subtle sweetness.
Well, excuse me, that's very nice.
I quite enjoy baking them into bread, actually. They provide a very nice caramelization with the sugars and bread.
Do you bake them yourself?
I do. Actually, I quite enjoy baking.
These here?
Mm-hmm.
As I go to take a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of banana, a little bit of bread. This is wonderful. Thank you for such a lovely gift. I have to eat once per episode.
It is okay.
Yeah, and also that we do have an upstairs establishment. It's not open at the moment, but we do have a hookah lounge, and I do tarot reading and dream walking upstairs.
Oh, that's absolutely fascinating. Darling, isn't that fascinating? Said Victorio. Oh, yes, darling, that is very fascinating. What is tarot card reading? Could you explain that to me?
Oh, sure. So, I pull up my cards. These are my tarot cards, and I use them and the energy that you put out and the energy that I take in, and I use the cards to help answer questions or maybe tell the future or just have ideas on what you want to resolve in your life.
That is very fascinating indeed. Is that something that you do here as a service?
Yep! All the time.
Provided upstairs.
And how much do you charge? You usually charge about 5 silver.
5 silver, yes. I knew it was 5, but I couldn't remember which quantity. I'm like, 5 something.
I'm very curious if you do not mind showing me. He pulls out a gold.
Oh, that's more than enough. Do you want change?
No. You take it.
Oh.
Think of it as tip for being so hospitable.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, you don't have to tell me your question or thoughts that you have when you want this reading. You can keep that to yourself if that's what you want. But if you tell me, it might help garner more energy. But I will shuffle, and then you will pick a card, and we will see what happens.
So okay. I need a percentile.
Victoria pulls the 10 of swords.
22.
22. Okay, so you're gonna be picking a number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
2.
2 it is. Okay. Strange. I don't know if I shuffled that correctly, but okay.
Wait, what is it, Kristy?
It's the 5 of swords, but reversed.
Wait, didn't we just pull that?
It was the one that I pulled earlier for...
But it was right side up when you pulled it.
Wait, is Chel frozen right now?
They might be. Hang on, let me check.
Most definitely.
Might be. They are definitely frozen.
There they go.
Hello?
Da-da-da-da-da.
I could hear you the whole time.
Oh, you were frozen.
I could hear you, though, so you don't need to repeat anything.
Quick, recreate the face you made.
Okay, so...
I don't know what face I was making.
It was the 5 of swords, but it was reversed. So it's the exact same card that I pulled earlier, but reversed.
What does it mean?
So when it's reversed, it usually indicates reconciliation, making amends for past resentments or fights or arguments. Reversed. Reverse speaks for those times when you've tried to argue to the end, only to realize you'll lose no matter what. You've been pushing and pushing, but whoever is on the other end is not listening. No doubt they feel the same. You're both fighting to win at the expense of the other person in your relationship. When you're in this oppositional position, you end up feeling awful. Win or no win. It could just, it can suggest an old wound has been reopened and you're experiencing fear or tension associated with that memory. But there is... this is an opportunity to ask for forgiveness or make amends so you can move on and create a more fertile ground for new ideas and collaboration.
That is very interesting.
She is very good.
I can see that. Very insightful.
Cards never lie.
It is no wonder that you make a lot of money working here, doing what you do.
We get by. We also do, I guess, adventuring as well. We have a quest board available, so if anyone in the neighborhood needs something done or has a problem they need help fixing, we're usually available to try and help.
That is definitely something that I will keep in mind.
We try to be multifaceted.
Can I excuse myself from the table and go to the yard and just, like, see what the chillins are doing?
Sure. Heading outside to the kids. They appear. The little girl has like bunched her dress up and is like sitting cross-legged on the ground, but it's like poofing up next to her.
I'll go and sit cross-legged next to her.
She smiles at you. The little boy has kind of a stick and he's walking around poking things with it, like finding rocks and flipping them over, or counting the rungs on the fence.
Do you two like riddles?
I think so.
I have a new one that I was wondering if I could test out, and you tell me if you like it.
Okay.
You have to be pretty clever to figure them out, though.
I think I'm pretty clever.
We'll have to see who's the more clever. Are you ready?
She nods.
When is a hawk like a dove, like a raven?
She kind of... I don't know.
What was the boy's name?
Terenzio.
Do you have a guess?
He turns around from like poking in the garden. What was it again?
The riddle is, when is a hawk like a dove, like a raven?
I don't know. And he starts playing with the rungs on the fence again.
At night, because all birds are black.
That's what I was thinking!
I know the answer. The kids don't care.
I've never heard that before, so Dylan feels clever today.
But she kind of laughs. She kind of giggles and she's like, that makes sense. I think I have to be a bit smarter for it, but I get it now.
I'm sure you're pretty smart. Do you want to make a secret handshake with me?
She kind of turns towards you. Okay.
We do like the one like we're just doing handshakes, and I'm just hanging out with them because the adults are making me feel really uncomfortable. It's just very awkward and mature.
Do insight checks on these people?
What are you trying to check for?
Just if they have ulterior motives, like if they're here. I don't know.
Like, does it seem like they want to ask about something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Could I do an insight check for something different?
Sure. What would you like to check for?
I wanted to just see if Victoria's wife reacted at all as Nova was reading his card.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
4 minus 2, so a 2. I'm just eating a banana.
Classic himbo move.
What was Nova's?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So, Amalia, who is the wife's name? Who is the wife? Stoic woman.
Now I can hear you. That
Okay, you're back.
weird. It was like the first
woman.
2 or 3 words came out.
Yeah. She's a very stoic woman. She's polite enough and she's kind enough, and but she's the kind of person she has a very much has an RBF. And it doesn't help that she's got very striking features. I actually sent a picture for you guys if you want to look at it. She has extremely striking features, like really, really prominent cheekbones. She's got a very angular face, really, really angular and stark eyebrows, coupled with the dark hair and the very like, it's not that she doesn't emote, but she's just got kind of that RBF when she's just like in a resting, listening position. So it was difficult to ascertain her reaction to what was being said about her husband. As far as whether or not they have ulterior motives, they appear to have brought their children to come and meet you guys and to meet, especially because you're living in the North Ward. You're around a lot of noble families a lot, and so a lot of noble families are going to want to introduce themselves to you, especially living here now. It's kind of a status symbol. As much as you guys aren't using it as a status symbol, that doesn't change the fact that that's what it is here in Waterdeep. So making themselves known to you, maybe their ulterior motive is more social.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But not in
know us to know us.
Yeah. Probably because they've been hearing about us. They're like, well, they haven't talked to us.
Make a big enough wave and people will notice it.
I gave him the tarot reading, right?
Yes.
How did he react? Because I don't think she was paying attention to the wife.
Listening, he kind of these two are kind of like a we can tell why you married each other kind of couple, because he's also got that very angular face with the stark eyebrows. He's very clearly a half elf. He's even got the widow's peak hair that's just kind of adding to the very like angular features of his face. So he also kind of has that RBF going on, but listening, his mouth kind of quirked up in the corner and a little bit of a smile and his eyebrow raised. You can take that how you will, but that was kind of his reaction.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Just wanted to see if it was just purely networking or if they had anything else they were looking for.
Yeah, they just kind of came to see the place. Cool. Maybe a little bit of social networking, but...
What time of day is it? Like, they came in
before
we opened?
Almost 5.
Yeah, it was about 4. It was pushing towards 5 now.
Okay.
Well, I must say, if this is just a small sampling, we may want to get in contact with your people very, very soon. This is excellent quality. I think it would work perfectly to add into the menu.
Especially chocolate.
Yes, chocolate is very hard to come by in this area simply because it's an extremely expensive ingredient. Or at least it can be, depending on where you source it. But I'd be more than happy to put you in contact with the merchants that I speak with on the regular basis regarding getting these ingredients. I genuinely think that it would be a good addition to your menu, and I think it would put you a bit more on the map as far as restaurants and taverns and bars that have these sort of ingredients, because there aren't that many in Waterdeep.
That is very good to know. Definitely so.
I will go check to make sure their lunch specials are coming.
Does that mean it's just me?
Yep, she goes to check the kitchen. I'll go check on your food, speaking up, and then...
I haven't gotten to talk to the girls with it at all, but, if the quality of the food here at the Three of Cups is becoming what's talked about, perhaps I should consider speaking to them about catering out for events and that sort of thing. Bring the food to more places.
That, I think, is a very good idea. We are looking for a caterer for our party, if you're interested.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tallice, though she is outside right now, is very... She has to do with a lot of the entertainment here. She's very, very good at organizing things for events. We should talk about it. It sounds like it's going to be a wonderful party, and we would love to be able to get our food to your guests.
I definitely think that this party is going to be talked about for quite some time.
All right. Well, then we may be speaking with each other sooner rather than later. When did you say that the party was going to be?
The party is going to be... pull out my calendar. The party is going to be in the month of Uktar. On the 21st. So about a month and a half, 2-ish months from now.
Is the 21st? Dylan asking, is the 21st of Uktar also a holiday?
Not on my calendar.
Okay.
I can look at the Waterdeep calendar, but not on my calendar.
Just thinking about omens.
The Enchiridion says that the 20th is a holiday, but it's like last sheaf. It's like it's like a Thanksgiving.
Well,
but Volo's thing is weird.
Yeah, Volo's is weird. No, if Chel is saying that it's not, then there's not. In which case, omens aren't relevant. I mean, that's definitely enough time. We can talk more about it, especially with the other two. Get an estimation of how many guests that we can see about possibly getting things prepared for it. It sounds like it would be a wonderful opportunity. I would love to be able to help.
So far, our guest list is sitting a bit under 100 people, but it's possible that it will increase to a few more.
Is she saying increase to a few more 100, or as in just more than that number?
She did not specify.
Good to know. I'll bring it up with them, but I'm sure that they wouldn't have anything opposed to it. We can start to get preparations for it if they end up approving.
The date is also a bit up in the air. I've not decided if I want to celebrate it on the twins' birthday or if I want to celebrate it a bit earlier or later. But I will keep you updated on the date for now, which is the 21st, which is their birthday.
21st. All right, well then of course we will have everything ready before that date if we end up deciding to go through with it, which I think is very, very likely.
And of course we will pay you more than you would even think that you would. Take what you think your sum would be and double it, and that's what we will pay you.
Of course. I'll check in with Nova about the numbers part of it. I'll check in with Tallice about the planning part of it, and well, I mean, I'm just here for my looks. No, I just kid. I'm kidding. Nova, come back.
Like, come back with food?
Yes, you come back with food. You have a few things, actually. There were 2 things that were on your special for today. There is a braised beef that has pears with ginger, and a stuffed trout with cabbage, succotash, and plum pudding.
Put them down.
God, we're so great. We're just wonderful.
And I also bring over a pitcher of water, just in case.
Okay.
In glasses.
Nova, I was just speaking while you were off with Victoria and Amalia that they are looking for catering for the twins' birthday.
Oh.
I was thinking that perhaps possibly we could arrange something with them. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we could arrange it if we have enough time. We'd have to make sure we have enough staff available for our establishment, and that depending what day it would be on, or if we shut down for that day and just shut down.
In the event that you need to shut down for the day, I can assure you that we would pay you for your troubles.
It would probably be easier to shut down if we end up going through with it, but
Yeah,
it sounds like it would actually be a wonderful opportunity. I'm actually quite excited about it.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Then we can obviously continue to talk about it, but simply add whatever expenses and profit you would have made for the day to our bill. We will pay for it, no problem.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay, yeah, we can talk to Tallice, but I think as long as we have the time ahead to prep, I think that's no problem.
It's practically a done deal then.
Kristy's just grinding on the inside.
I know, but Sir's always wanted to pretend to be in posh society, so
Yeah,
he's going for
let's
it.
go cater a noble party. Nothing could go wrong.
Tuck into their food. They seem to be enjoying it. And Tallice outside, what are you doing with the kids?
If Elzarina is okay with it, I'll like show her like how to make like little flower crowns, and then I'll probably like do something fun with her hair and like braid it and put like little flowers in it. And then I'll probably show Terenzio where I hide all of the worms.
Yeah, he's all about those worms.
And like the part of the like the bush that you have to like look under the leaves, and that's where all of like the beetles go. Like,
Aww.
and maybe like we'll try to find like a stag beetle or something cool.
And he's like, this is really cool because my mom and dad don't let me play in the dirt at home.
Oh no.
I love
I'm not
playing in the
supposed
dirt.
to get my clothes dirty.
Well, I mean, you can wash your clothes. I have really fancy clothes too, and I will literally just climb in a bush anytime. Sometimes that's just what you gotta do. You gotta live your own life.
Oh no.
He's playing with the worms though. He's like picking them up and holding them in his hand, and
We have to be nice to the worms because they're working. So when you see them, you put them in the dirt to make sure that they can like keep doing their job and hang out with all the other worms.
what's their job?
Well, they'd like dig around and they like eat things. Like if something dies, they eat it. And they like
Something dies?
yeah, like what if like a really old squirrel like passed away, then the worms will eat it and then turn it back to dirt, and then a flower could grow there.
That's really cool. So kind of like my dad's job. He like talks to a lot of people about money. So like this is the worm's job. They eat dead things.
Well, they don't just eat dead things. They also just kind of like dig around because that's just like they, sometimes you just want to be a worm and dig around. But yeah,
I wish that was my job.
Oh.
I mean, you should probably
mood
just go
kid.
dig around in the mud anyway. You should just go do it.
But my mom will get mad if I get my pants dirty.
Well, you know what you can do? You can take a stick like this one that you got here that's really sturdy, and if you stick it in the mud and then you fling it away, the mud will go flying and maybe it'll hit someone else instead of getting on you.
He like sticks the stick and it does it. And Elzarina behind him, Terenzio, make sure you're not getting your pants dirty.
You can come play in the mud too.
My dress will get dirty though.
Well, you can just clean it off.
With what?
Did I change that spell?
I don't know.
No, I
I'm
did
sorry,
not.
I didn't
I did
take
not.
those notations.
Yeah. Well, you just like put it in some water, or like you can, instead of playing in the mud, that's what you can pick the flowers. You can like climb a tree, and then your dress will just get like a little bit ripped, maybe, but that's fine. Or you can just like talk to some squirrels, or you can like talk to the leaves.
Squirrels can't talk.
I mean, sometimes they can if you listen very carefully. Do you ever hear them chittering?
Mm-hmm.
That's them talking. They just
But I
talk
can't understand them.
Well, yeah, because you're not a fairy. Only the fairies can talk to them, and the other squirrels.
What's a fairy?
Do you want to see a fairy?
Oh no.
Come here. Get really
stands up.
close.
Comes over.
And I'm gonna hold my hands out, and I'm gonna go, yoo-hoo! And I'm gonna summon Bramble into
And
my
he
hands.
appears in your hands with his fists on his hips.
Bramble, this is Elzarina and Terenzio.
And she's like,
This is Bramble.
Elzarina. Terenzio. Those are fun names to say.
Yeah. Alright, technically he's a sprite, which is like it's like a little fey creature, like person, not really like a fairy. There's like other kinds of like fairies, but yeah. He's got little wings, and look at his tiny shoes. Isn't he so cool?
And she's like leaning up really close, and he takes his teeny tiny little finger and boops her nose. And she like backs up a little bit and laughs.
If you talk to lots of squirrels and trees, and you dig in the mud a lot, maybe you'll get your own fairy.
Okay.
You have to be nice to all of the plants and animals, though, or else the fairies won't like you. But you can leave little cakes and little thimbles of milk on your windowsill, and then they can have a snack when they're taking their little parades at night.
Okay. They have parades?
Every night, yeah. You're supposed to leave out little snacks. They walk the whole world every night.
She turns to her brother. We'll have to do it without Mom noticing, because if Mom knows that we're leaving food outside, she's really, really going to be mad because there might be ants that come, and Mom's not going to like it if there's ants.
And then we're just like, I'll probably like have Bramble go away because I don't want him like out and going crazy. But then we're probably just gonna like, yeah, we're like, I'll try to like tell them what different like flowers or like plants are called to the best of my knowledge, which isn't a ton, but like,
Okay.
yeah, we're just hanging out.
Okay. Eventually, more patrons start to enter the bar because it is open. Victoria and Amalia are enjoying their food. If there's anything that you would like to do.
I will go upstairs and open my tent up for business.
Okay.
Guess I gotta work.
You
Okay.
don't have
So,
to. I just want to because it's fun.
It would look, well, with them here, it would look bad if I just like,
that's true. Yeah.
dip. So,
Keep up appearances.
but I'll try to be more charismatic and hosty instead of.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
I telepathically tell Tallice that we're opening up for the day, but their parents are still eating their lunch, so you can have fun with the kid for a while if you want. Or the kids for a while if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hanging out. I'll be in eventually.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're just vibing.
My computer's freezing here.
Oh no.
No.
Pull
Tell it to stop.
something up. There we go.
Dylan is laughing because I was planning that the next time that we did a work night that Sir was gonna try and perform, and I wrote a song.
Aww.
But now I'm like, there's like nobles here.
Do it!
But what if I roll shitty?
Do it.
Maybe if it's really, really good, then you'll get advantage.
What are we doing?
I was telling them that Dylan is nervous because I was planning on next time we did a work night that Sir was going to mix it up and try to perform, and I wrote a song that I was going to sing, but there's nobles here now, and I'm embarrassed because I'm all nervous.
Oh, honey.
Because I don't want to roll low and look like an idiot in front of rich people.
Oh, buddy!
So, I don't know. Maybe if they leave, but I'm just gonna.
It's
be
up to you,
hosting.
bud.
If they leave, but he's
Okay.
not gonna do it while they're there. That's not the time to workshop to see if I have other talents.
They do spend some time eating, talking amongst themselves, watching the atmosphere, looking around. Outside with the kids, Tallice, you do eventually see. You honestly probably hear him before you see him. A man. You kind of hear the sound of your gate to your back yard kind of make a noise.
Uh-huh.
And you look up and there's somebody leaning on the fence watching you.
Who is it?
He smiles. Not really a person you've ever seen before. He's got gold glasses, very long, kind of faintly wavy, dark hair that he's got pulled into a ponytail at the base of his neck. Some of it's kind of falling in wispies around his face. He's wearing kind of a red shirt, that like almost velvet, but not quite. That's got a bit of a poof on the sleeves, but it's rolled up a bit, and he's got like a button-up white shirt on underneath, and then he's got like a gold belt around his waist, almost like a sash that's kind of wrapped around, and then black pants. Smiles when he sees you looking at him.
Hi there.
Hello. How are you doing?
Well, I'm whimsical. How are you?
I'd quite like to be whimsical. I think I'll say that I'm whimsical too.
I will hand him a flower. That's probably just one of those shitty little dandelions. Now you're whimsical.
He smells it. Rubs it on his face because it's soft.
Were you looking for the entrance to the Three of Cups? It's over there. This is kind of like our yard.
Oh no, I was looking for you. But to say you've got company there. Little ones.
Right. Children, maybe it's time to go inside and see what your parents are up to. Maybe we can get you, like, a snack in there.
But we're playing with the worms!
You can take the worms inside, that's fine. Just bring them back out when you're done.
No, my mom will be really mad if I bring the worms inside.
You could put the worm in your pocket and then drop it in your yard.
But isn't their home here?
Well, yeah, but maybe they want to move and be in your yard.
Terenzio puts the worm in his pocket. And then he stands up and helps his sister up, and they run inside.
Good man. Good man.
I turn back to this guy. Right, well, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, you can call me Jay. JB Nevercaught. JB Nevercaught.
B never caught.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and there's my brother, huge ass.
They're friends with Lady Clitoris, whose first name was never actually stated on stream.
Wow, that's how you drop that perfect segue, though.
All right, yeah. Never caught. How can I help you?
Do you mind if I come in?
Wait. Okay. Sorry, I just had a thought. No, that's vampires that have to be invited in. Fairies just do what they want. All right, that's fine.
Do you mind stepping out of the way?
I'd step out of the way.
He opens the gate and comes in. He's got his hands behind his back. He's doing that like really wide stepped like walk as he's like looking around.
Does he have like any? Can I try to see any like hidden weapons? Like what is literally happening right now?
Sure, you can look for hidden weapons.
Is that perception?
Yeah.
16.
He does have a dagger in his belt, or in his boot, I mean. But it's not like being intentionally hidden. Mm-hmm. The hilt is sticking out of the boot. It's very obvious it's there. Okay. So you're not.
Okay. Yeah. So right. When you say you were looking for me, do you mean like me specifically, or like me as in like the collective group of people that live here and run this establishment?
Oh no, you specifically. Tallice.
I'm sorry. How do you know my name?
Because we know each other.
From where? I'm sorry to say I don't recognize.
That's who I thought it was.
What kind of work? Like the carnival?
He smiles.
Uh-huh.
Girl.
Figured.
Yeah, right. I've been meaning to come back and visit, but I've just been very busy.
Oh, you're fine. Don't worry.
Yep. So, yeah, what can I do for you?
I've come with a task for you. I figured you out here in your backyard is probably the best time to talk to you when you're not around your friends, though I'd love to meet them, actually. That's another thing that I'm here for.
All right.
Why
That
are you
could
so
be
nervous,
arranged.
girl? He smiles.
There's just been a lot going on. I just didn't know if you were gonna, like, stab me, because that's apparently the thing that people want to do now, is stab
I mean,
us.
I suppose I could stab
No,
you if
thank
you wanted me to.
No,
He smiles.
No, thank you. Good on that front. All right.
Our
so-
last little chat,
Right.
if you remember,
I do.
you were telling me a bit about everything that's been going on, how worried you were about your friends finding out who you were.
Right.
How have you been doing, Tallice? How is Nova doing since she quit, by the way?
Nova's doing a lot better than she was before, and she does better every day. I think it's probably for the best that she kind of does her own thing. Oh.
And then you stabbed him.
And then I get stabbed. Did you hear that I said that?
I heard you say, and then she's been doing better every day. I think it's for the best, and then that's when I lost you.
Yeah, I think it's for the best that she works on her own.
Sometimes that's the case for some people. I don't judge her at all. I'd love to say hi to her. I don't think I'll tell her exactly who I am, but she's always very kind meeting new people, I think.
Yeah, right. I think she'll be fine. I've been me. Hope that's okay. No one's really been mad about it, so...
Why wouldn't it be okay?
Well, I was worried after the whole thing, with, what was the guy's... It wasn't... No, Felrect is the nice guy.
Yeah, Felrect is your bud.
Murder guy... Murder guy was someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Beheading guy.
I
I don't have my notes, I'm sorry.
Soloon.
Yep.
Right. Well, after like everything with Soloon, I was just like a little worried at first that people would be like weird because Drow was the one doing all these crazy things. But like, yeah, my friends convinced me that I should just be myself. So that's what I've been doing. It's a lot easier than having to recast like every hour. It's just a lot of work.
Understandable. Just be careful.
I am.
You can do whatever you like, but I just want you to be careful.
I am. I mean, I still haven't told Sarah and Nova about like the actual situation of me like getting here and like the carnival and everything. They think that it was just like, well, I mean, they think it was basically just like a couple runaway drow were hiding with the carnival, so they don't actually know about the important stuff.
We could leave it there for now.
Yeah.
I would prefer to get to know your friends a bit more before I let them in on exactly what I'm doing and what we're doing and what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had no plans on telling them anytime soon, so your secret's safe with me.
I should hope so. That being said, I did tell you that I've got a bit of a task for you. It's
Right.
very simple little task, Tallice. It's not going to be too much trouble for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you
Mm-hmm.
to find and steal, he smiles, a silk handkerchief from a Waterdeep noble. Any noble. But a silk handkerchief from a Waterdeep noble. And I want you to find the Tiefling girl who lives in a crate on the corner of Net and Dock Street. By the wharf.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to give it to her.
Give to Teef Kid Net and Dock Street?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, do you want me to actually, like, steal it? Like, pickpocket it?
If that's how you get it, that's up to you. I want a handkerchief from a Waterdeep noble to reach the hands of the homeless Tiefling girl that lives in a crate by the wharf. How you get that is up to you.
Uh-huh. All right. I can definitely do that. That sounds kind of fun.
That's my girl.
Did you want to? Well, all right. So there's like these like fancy nobles, and it was really stressing me out. So that's why I was out here playing with their children. They're
What
in there like
fancy
eating.
noble?
Victorio and Amalia Castellanter.
Victorio Castellanter.
Yeah, that is actually kind of what he sounds like.
I know. I've met him.
What is it with all these people that I know that I find out that they all actually know each other and just no one was telling?
The world is much smaller than you think, Tallice.
Well.
And I've spent a lot of my time in noble circles. Gone to quite a few parties at the Castellanter Villa, actually. They do throw quite a soiree.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you wanted to come in and say hi to the crew right now, you could, but they're also here, so, like...
Tell us, when have I ever had any problems with anybody? It does not matter to me that the Castellanters are here. Lead the way. I'd love to meet your friends.
Alrighty.
Again.
I'll lead into the thing.
So the kids, Tallice and or not Tallice, I'm sorry, Nova and Sir, the kids ran in and climbed into the booth next to their parents without Tallice. Babbling about fairies and talking to their mom about the garden, and she stops eating and gives him her full and undivided attention, like folding her hands together. She looks extremely interested in what they're saying. She's being very cute, like talking to them and like asking questions, and she seems to be very involved with her children. Dad is also listening. He's just not talking to them. He's just kind of listening along. But Tallice doesn't come inside right away.
Nova's upstairs. Well, first I'll come.
Go ahead. I can add mine after.
I was just gonna say that I was gonna just be, because I'm being hosty and trying to be show-offy, that I would come and refill the waters with the pitcher that Nova gave them earlier to catch a little snippet.
Darling, you're so nice and so kind. Thank you. She says to you as you're pouring the water, but you're hearing the little girl like, and then she told me about fairies and how like they throw parades at night and like walk around, and sometimes you've got to leave snacks. And I want to leave snacks, but Mommy, I was gonna ask you first because I didn't want to leave snacks outside. And then the ant, because you told me about the ants, because one time the cook was doing, she left out the, and she's like she's doing exactly the stumbling over her words that I'm doing. She left out the food, so and then the ants came, and then you were really, really mad. So I just wanted to ask you first if it was okay if I let. And she's like, so she's just kind of babbling about fairies to her mom.
I mean, that sounds like Tallice. If she, I'm trying to listen to Nova. Let Tallice do what Tallice is gonna do. So if she needs me, I know she'll call. So I'm gonna chill. I won't be like, I won't get on my earring, and I won't be like, she can do whatever she wants.
I keep forgetting that we have these fucking earrings.
I was just
we do have the earrings.
Yeah, we do have the earrings. But I was just gonna say,
if that's the case, oh yeah, you go first, Nova.
Okay, I was just gonna. It's really short. It was just Nova was going upstairs. Like when she went upstairs, she opened the balcony to like air out the hookah, and she was just gonna check on like what the kids and her were doing. So I just wanted Nova to see that she was digging in the dirt with the kids. And been like, oh, that's so sweet, and what, like, she just wanted to see how Tallice was interacting with her. That's all. Interacting with them. That's all.
They were playing and digging in the dirt.
That's so cute. I love it. Just. Oh.
That's so precious.
Oh.
Tallice comes in downstairs. I'd say probably that conversation didn't last too long. Maybe 5, no more than 10 minutes later. Tallice will come inside, followed by this man that I described.
I will. Is Sir like over by the table giving them water?
I mean, that was a very quick like fill it and keep going. But he's walking around on the ground floor as he does.
Sir, yoo-hoo. Where's Nova?
She's working upstairs.
All right. Oh, this is my friend Jay. JB Nevercaught. He's from the carnival.
It's very nice to meet you. I've heard quite a bit about you.
It's very nice to meet you too. Apparently a lot of people have. You work at the carnival?
Oh, I do work at the carnival with Tallice. I've only really heard about like how great you are and how good of a friend you are and how strong you are and how brave you are. Please, and how handsome you are.
Eberron always the flatterer. Is there something that I can get for you, or are you going to be staying?
I can say a bit, but I don't need anything to drink for now. I can just take in the atmosphere and the sights.
It's a good atmosphere to take in, the best in the Northward, if I might say so myself.
As would I.
I like your friends, Tallice. They say nice things about me.
You deserve to hear nice things be said about you, sir.
Well, thank you. Both of you. Is there anything that I need to get for you, Torres?
You could go get Nova really quick.
Sure.
I'm sure she can like leave the thing for like 5 seconds. They'll be fine.
Sure. I mean, I'll see if she has a customer or anything. All right?
Yeah.
So you go upstairs.
Would
My
you like it?
That I don't have.
I'll get him a drink if he wants one. This is stressing me out.
Okay. I really have to go to the bathroom.
Go potty.
I'm listening.
Okay.
So roleplay for a minute.
Yeah. So while I'm going up the stairs, I'll get up so that I'm not fully on the second floor, but I'm not seen from the bottom floor. And now I'll go on the earring. Tallice, friend from the carnival, you look so ecstatic that he's here.
Oh, I don't know if I can.
Earrings, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a stealth roll to see how well I can stealth this because he's right there.
Well, we don't have to. I don't believe we have to touch them. I think I just do that.
So we're no in character we're on the. Yeah.
I rolled a dirty 20 anyway.
Okay.
So
while we're attuned to it, we can use it.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, he's a friend from the carnival. Is there like another is there a question in that?
I said it, very sarcastically, sarcasm is hard over the earrings. But I very sarcastically said that you look so ecstatic that he's here.
Oh yeah, no, I just don't. Well, I feel bad because I like haven't been at the carnival in a little while, and like that it's like haven't really been there to help, and like
Also,
wait, what friend from the carnival? Who's here?
His name is apparently J.B. Nevercaught, which is about the the level of fake name that I've heard from people that work at that carnival.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, and
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Is he in this?
Yep.
Okay, so this is another thing where you both know what's going on and I don't.
No, I actually don't, Ace. I'm really confused. I don't recognize the name Jay.
Is he in disguise,
What's he look like?
Dallas?
Right, well,
what does
so
he do
I mean,
again?
well, what you would see is somebody with like wavy brown hair and glasses, and he's got a red vest. But what he actually looks like is kind of like exactly like maybe Captain Zardoz.
Captain Zardoz is here?
Your boss?
Yeah.
Oh, and that explains why you're uncomfortable.
Why is he going by Jay?
Well, I just don't think he wants to be seen as the captain, like, away from the carnival, because then you just get a lot of attention, because he's, like, crazy popular, because, like, he doesn't actually... How many times have you actually seen him at the carnival? Like, maybe once.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he goes out, people get, like, really crazy, so
Yeah,
he can't actually...
True. Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
don't think
so
I've
he's
ever
here.
actually seen him leave the carnival area, now that I think about it. He usually gets everything delivered to him. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
Can I be honest and say, could we have like a couple days where someone super important in this city doesn't come talk to us?
Yeah, right? Like, it's just, like, constant, like...
Well, I think it's sort of like a snowball effect. You know, you meet one and then all of the others want to meet you.
Because they all know each other. Did you know that? They all know each other.
They apparently
what?
all know it. What?
All of the, like, big, popular, important people here literally all know each other. He knows the Castellanders. He's, like, been to their house before.
Well, speaking of knowing people, he wants to... I'm making air quotes, neither of you can see me. Meet you. And I said that I would check and see if you have a client.
You have to
Oh,
play
hmm.
along.
I can try and play along. It seems ridiculous to play along with if I know it's my old boss.
Right, but you wouldn't know unless I
You
told
wouldn't.
you.
Yeah, I get where she's going from. You're just meeting a new person. Possibly.
You can't see me, but I'm rolling my eyes because I'm
Well,
already
I'm
very
coming up-
insightful.
I'm finishing coming up the stairs. I'm coming to your room right now to get you.
Okay.
Nova's rolling her eyes like, how dare you? Won't reckon it well, boss.
Parts open the tent. Hi, let's go be nice. He says it just like that,
This is
and he
so
just
weird.
gives it.
What?
Everything is weird. Look, I was gonna sing tonight.
Wait, say that again?
I was gonna sing tonight.
Louder?
I was gonna sing tonight, but not with the Castellantas here. Give me your hand.
I squeeze it because I'm like really excited now.
I take you downstairs.
Chel frows!
Oh, that's a cute face to
It's such a
freeze
cute
on,
face.
though.
Like, they're so happy with this moment.
Yes, they're like,
Your face was so cute. You were so happy. You're just like,
you look like those people on TikTok that overly emote where they're like,
the cosplayers.
yeah.
I could hear you guys though. I just froze, but I could hear everything you were
oh,
saying.
Excellent.
Okay, so the two of you walk downstairs. Nova, you come down to find Tallice standing next to the man that was described to you.
Be never caught.
JB never caught.
Hi, Nova. This is someone from the carnival that you might not have noticed because he usually is like sweeping all of the poop in the animal ship. The one with. So he's always.
Noah's trying not to laugh. God damn it.
He's still got his hands behind his back and he just kind of looks down at you.
He's usually. I'm honestly surprised that he doesn't. I couldn't smell him coming like a mile away. But this is JB Nevercaught, dung sweeper for the carnival.
She jokes. I am
Does
not
she?
the dung sweeper for the carnival.
What?
It's lovely to meet you, though.
Nice to meet you too, Jay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you around.
I do a lot of traveling. I work pretty closely with Mr. Zardoz. I travel a lot
What
to
do you
do promoting outside of the city.
Kind of like what I do here.
So,
to,
like, advertising.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. I've heard quite a lot about you as well.
Can't say the same.
That's fine with me.
Wow.
She just means obviously with her working in the city that she wouldn't have heard of advertising outside of the city. That's all.
I wasn't questioning her meaning, but thank you for explaining.
I'm trying to be extra politely hosting today. Sorry.
Yes,
I'm a little bit
I've heard you've got some pretty high-profile guests today.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm not normally like this, so I'm very much into.
Don't be so stuffy around the nobles. That's what they want. They want you to grovel. They want you to be all kinds of proper. And that's what makes this establishment so unique.
Different.
Fun. Different.
Whimsical,
and that's exactly what most of answer me this question, Mr. Sir, you said?
Yeah, I
Ace,
know it's
sir, which do you prefer?
Sir is fine. I know it's a little weird to put a mister in front of it.
There you go, trying to explain things to me again that I didn't actually need explanations for.
I wasn't explaining. It's true. That's not me being stuffy. That's just it's a weird name I have.
I don't think it's a weird name.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
continue.
Are you like this for any other noble that comes in here? And
are you?
Oh. Am I like this for any other noble that comes in here? Oh, did you come in?
No!
Oh, you came in frozen. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, JB. Oh, JB never caught. I love
I wonder if they can hear
us. You're so funny, JB never caught. Okay.
Should we change the server settings, maybe?
Why don't we try to switch it to Central?
Central? Okay.
Yeah, for Chel.
Chel, we're switching to Central.
I did it.
Okay, hang on, we're gonna switch to Central to see if it helps.
Come on, Chel. Come on, Chel. Damn, we might have to end on a dramatic cliffhanger of Sir once again not knowing how to talk to people.
Oh man. Discord has really been acting up lately.
No, this whole week it's been a mess. I don't know why. All the servers.
Is there a way to like boot them and then like re-add them or something?
Technically we could, well, it wouldn't, I don't know if it would mess Kristy up. We could try all leaving and coming back in, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. Let's all leave.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Come on, Chel. Okay, continue to educate me.
It was, do you act like this around all nobles?
That was the last thing I said.
Do you act like this around all nobles? I honestly don't think that I've met as many as, or maybe I have.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that you have a bar in the North Ward. You have met more nobles. Probably about 80% of the people that come into this bar are noble families of Waterdeep. So answer me the question again. Do you act like this in front of other nobles?
No.
So why are you acting like this in front of the richest family? They've got money. Who fucking cares?
I want their money.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you that's fair, and I am validating you in this moment.
Thank you.
But answer me another question.
Of course, as many as you like.
Do you think that you, as a person, are not worth their money?
That gets into deeper things. Maybe.
And he looks at Nova and Tallice, but I think it's a valid question to ask in this moment, don't you think?
I think that money in exchange for service and entertainment is equivalent.
That's not the answer to my question. That's actually not even close to the answer to my question.
I think you should sing.
Now you can sing!
I do not know.
No.
I want to hear a song.
You know, Nova, that wasn't necessarily answering his question either.
No, but I think it proves the point that if you can sing while they're in the establishment, who cares? Sing for yourself, not for anyone else.
Actually, you know what? I would really appreciate it if you could put on a really mesmerizing and enchanting show right now. That would actually mean a lot to me, and I think it would mean a lot to Jade because he's visiting from very far away. That rhymed!
You're a poet.
And I didn't even know it.
Okay, so I just want to get all of this straight. I'm going to prove that I don't need to service any noble or important person differently by going on stage and singing to entertain
everyone.
You all.
And do it for yourself.
For myself.
Yeah, do it for yourself.
Fine.
He sits down. Table.
While this is happening, if it's a good performance, can I try to get Bramble to go invisible and try to steal a handkerchief from the Castellanders?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a 2.
Roll a performance check with guidance.
They give you a hug to guide you. No, I give you a kiss on the cheek as you go up on stage.
Can we dual kiss, one on each cheek?
Yes, we both give you.
I can't give guidance, but I want to give moral support.
All right. Let's see.
What was your roll?
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay, just making sure.
A 1 on the guidance.
Okay.
Plus a 12 on the roll, plus my +3 performance makes a 16.
That's
okay.
Good.
That's a good roll. You're pretty confident.
Okay. Well, here we go. Hey guys, Dylan wrote a song.
Hey.
He gets the lute player to kind of get a little bit of a consistent little strum. It's called Eye of the Beholder.
Oh!
It's got sort of a sea shanty-ish well, it's a port. It's like a dock worker kind of. Okay, he doesn't need to explain it. He kind of looks at
He probably does get up and explain that little bit of it while he's up there.
And oh, they say that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But truly, says I, that a beauty to thy, a beast to gnaw upon your shoulder. For it raves and it rakes, yes, you shudder and you quake. Stay awake, lest it shake you of your life. So you kneel and you pray, sway the dark come the day, and the beholder has left you alive. Then he goes back into the chorus where it's, oh, they say that beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Jay from the front row is like, woo!
But listen, say I, knock an arrow, let it fly. Loose your sword, strike your hammer, count the blows. For that beauty that lurks down below. One more chorus. So they say that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But truly says I that a beauty to thy, a beast to gnaw upon your shoulder. So pray to your gods, sober up you drunken swords, or the beholder shall behold thy. Bye! They hated it. They walked out.
Yeah. Jay from the front was like, woo! The whole time.
Oh, was he like...
Just do a little TikTok thing, like the little dance that they do.
Thank you. Enjoy your drinks.
The castle enters appear to be impressed.
You better steal that fucking...
So, roll a stealth check for Bramble.
Okay. Purple dice. No. This dice, because it's like swirling wind. Okay. What is his stealth? It's 12 plus whatever his stealth is.
Probably has pretty good stealth.
Dexterity, I believe.
He has +8 to stealth. What the fuck? He just has a -4 to strength, but that's fine. It's stealth. He hasn't turned a 20.
Okay.
Oh god, they're like wise as fuck though. They're gonna hurt my fairy.
So it does not appear that Victoro notices, as the little handkerchief from the little pocket on his coat is kind of slowly plucked out. It doesn't appear that Amalia has noticed. They've kind of turned. He's got his arm on the back of the booth so that Amalia is kind of sitting in the crook of his arm, and they're both turned towards the stage and watching. Elzarina. Hold on. My screen froze. I need to... Come on. Can you hear me at least?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. And you're moving.
Okay. My screen is totally frozen.
Oh.
Oh, now you're freezing.
Now it's...
Oh, now you're back. You're back.
Wait,
You're
now
back.
you're okay.
I'm good?
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm still frozen. I'm not making a cute face. It's fine. But Elzarina starts tapping his leg. Daddy! Daddy!
Can I try to whistle with the same like tone I did to get Bramble out when I had him in the yard with them? To try to get her attention?
Sure. You whistle. She looks in your direction. She's like in the middle of tapping her dad's shoulder.
And I just try to shh and wink at her.
She's like, okay.
Okay.
And the handkerchief is pulled underneath the table. And you kind of watch and you don't see him for a minute, but then you see a handkerchief just scurrying across the floor.
I got it! As soon as it's close to me to do so without being super obvious.
It would have been hilarious if he wore it like a sheet while also invisible, so it was like a little teeny
Like
tiny
a ghost.
I feel like he kind of had to because he's so small.
Yeah, it's like over him, and it's just like a little
Little ghost. Oh my god.
I think that is a very good place to end.
Oh my god!
Beholder shall be.
Look at you.
That was awesome.
I love it.
Dylan, that was so good.
Oh, so good.
You can take a point inspiration for that.
Ha! Ha! We all just jump up at the end. Ha!
Yeah.
Okay. Any closing remarks?
Little Dragon Corp coupon code is pro bonus to get 10% off of your order.
If you may have seen during the break, that we finally got some art going on. We've got some official art made by our wonderful friend Bitey. That's Bitey the Villain on Twitter. He does great commissions. He's a good friend. He's been on the show as a guest character. Please, if you like the art, consider commissioning him. Or it's his birthday tomorrow.
His birthday is tomorrow.
It's his birthday tomorrow, so just give him money.
Yeah.
If you can.
Say happy birthday.
And say happy birthday on Twitter. That's Bitey the Villain.
Yep, Bitey the
Got it
Villain.
right
Also, Bitey draws things on Tumblr.
Cool. And I will potentially be gone for 2 weeks.
And we will be having a guest producer
Yes.
and player for those.
For those 2 Wednesdays, yeah.
Yeah.
So tune in and see what kind of shenanigans, is putting it lightly, will probably happen.
I mean, I'm handing Nova over to Chel. If you need Nova, NPC.
Yeah, I got her.
Yeah, you're good.
I got her. Don't worry.
You're good.
The guest character is Manchun.
Oh no.
The guest character is Manchun's macaroni hand.
I'm sorry, I'm blowing this campaign wide open.
Dylan figuring out all my tricks.
Welly.
Okay.
I think that's everything.
I
Yeah.
think that's everything. So, when what when do you guys take it tonight?
When you're when you're making yourself vulnerable to the tavern patrons with a song that you wrote, and also helping your friend steal a handkerchief, and also trying to get a read on some nobles while giving them their tarot card information, just always remember to add your proficiency bonus.
Hell yeah. So good.
See you next week, everybody.
I love you. Okay, love you. Bye.
Goodbye.
See you soon.